Find your place in the pack. Visit astate.edu to learn more.
The electric cooperative's got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life, where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission, to provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
It's time for a road trip to Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas, home to the legendary thermal waters giving Hot Springs its name. This unique mountain town features historic bathhouses, hiking trails, biking trails, a 4-story treehouse, roller coasters, a casino, horse races, bathtub races, an interactive science museum, fishing, boating, parades, a bustling downtown, and a peaceful vista overlooking it all. Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's time for a road trip. For more info, visit hotsprings.org.
Love the outdoors? So do we. Plan a trip soon for an outdoor adventure in the Arkansas Delta Byways region. From hiking to biking to water adventures, we've got them all. Bike, jog, or stroll across a big river crossing, the longest public pedestrian bridge across the Mississippi River. Do some fishing or kayaking on Lake Chico, the largest oxbow lake in North America. Head to Craighead Forest Park in Jonesboro for some disc golf, biking, or fishing. To learn more, visit deltabyways.com.
The EAB Sports Network presents Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3 thanks to these sponsors: Ag Heritage, Baptist Health Stuttgart, Blue Seal Petroleum, Brothers Realty, Coker Hampton, Durden Press Employment, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus, Southern Bancorp, Harry's Rapid Lube, The Katy Shack, Konechny Insurance, Lane, Max Prairie Wings, Pico Foods, Petrus Auto Group, Pearson Company, Prairie Implement Company, Producers Rice Mill, Progressive Tractor and Implement, Red River Ford Toyota, Senator Ronald Caldwell, Stedman's Ace Hardware, Techstream, U.S. Irrigation, and Wilkerson Jewelers. Now, here's voice of the Ricebirds, Lynn Keller.
On an absolutely perfect early fall evening and afternoon, we welcome you inside the press box at Ned Mosley Stadium on the campus of Stuttgart High School in Stuttgart, Arkansas for Ricebird football. It is the opening night of conference play, and to add to that, it's also homecoming here in Stuttgart as well. And those of you watching on the EAB Sports Network live stream, you're seeing right now the Queen and her court being introduced on the football field. We'll get you the names on that a little bit later on in our pregame show. But right now, it's time to talk Ricebird football. I'm Lynn Keller, sitting alongside my good friend and broadcast partner, Brent Whitman. And Brent, this one is, as we talked about coming up the stands a little earlier, this one is 180 degrees from what it was a year ago.
Absolutely. Yeah, just a miserable night all around for the fans and the players. Last year at Helena with all that rain and mud and wind, and just a 180. It's a picture perfect night here tonight.
It was a miserable outcome as well last year, as the Ricebirds came out on the short end of a 1-point game, 18-17 loss to Helena in a crazy game. Of course, obviously, it had the remnants of that hurricane just sitting there churning over eastern Arkansas, and ironically, it didn't rain here in Stuttgart.
Right.
Plus, we had a field turf field. It would have been nice if we could have maybe worked out something and gotten that changed. But anyway, we played in the mud over there, and of course it created a big mess for the coaches the next day, in addition to having to digest what they did on the field. Then of course they had to clean all those uniforms up.
I don't know, and I don't know how they did that.
Well, Coach Price said, and I can't remember if he said it on his coaching show a little bit earlier, but he said, I couldn't believe it. He said, I really didn't think all the mud would come out of those things, but he said we bought every bit of laundry detergent in the city of Stuttgart on Saturday morning and got them out. So,
got them clean.
Got them clean. But this is a different year, and as we mentioned, this one is 180 degrees. It is an absolutely gorgeous cloud-free evening, a gentle breeze that's just right, and the sun is beginning to set behind the press box here at Ned Mosley Stadium. The Ricebird Marching Band is out to our left as they're providing the background music for the introduction of the Queen and her court. It's been a busy day, too, Brent. It started off early this morning with a community-wide pep rally here at Ned Mosley Stadium, and then they took the show on the road as the Ricebird's football team, band, and cheerleaders all loaded up in buses and headed off to the other schools in the area and gave each one of them a pep rally as well, which I think is just absolutely fantastic. I know the kids at Meekins Middle School and Park Avenue Elementary absolutely loved that. Teachers had a great time as well. I know it's a bit of a hassle to get all that logistics put together, but boy, what a great deal it is to create some Ricebird pride here in the community, particularly among those young ones. Then after that, they came back for the coronation of the Queen, and the band was performing there at that as well. Then at 4 o'clock this afternoon, that long-awaited homecoming parade with all the classes that have come back, the great floats, and of course all the queens and the Queen and her court were all riding on cars in the parade. Again, just an absolutely beautiful evening. And then for those of you, and maybe some of you still in line over at the Grand Prairie Center for the annual homecoming fish fry.
Yeah, that's always a great thing there. I know they raise a lot of money there, and it's the best fish around. So.
It is, Brent. And when I was leaving work, this was just about 5:30. I live close to the Grand Prairie Center, and I could not get down the highway because it stopped right there at 22nd Park Avenue. The line going into the Grand Prairie Center had stopped dead still right there by Scott Petroleum. And so I had to find another way to get home because that's just how popular it is. And, again, that's just the great job that the Booster Club does to get those tickets out, and what a great job Yoder does preparing the fish and the chicken.
Yeah, and I made the mistake of coming into town about 4:45, and I tried to come down Main right after the parade.
That's right.
And there was still traffic everywhere down Main Street. So, just a lot of people in town here tonight.
It is. I know the hotels are going to be full here, and a lot of class reunions. I've noticed that the 50-year class reunion, I believe, is going to be out at Richington. I saw a sign out there as well, class of 75. And, of course, Brent, this is also the 50th anniversary of the 1975 state championship team.
Right. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah. As you mentioned, I saw that sign out there at R&T as well. So I'm sure they'll have their little gathering out there. And then the players can come here and enjoy the game tonight. It
will. And of course, not to be confused, the football team from 1975 was not the class of 75. The class of 75, the football team's actually class of 76.
Yeah, you're right.
But still, they're both. Exactly. They're both still having their reunions here, and thrilled to death to have that to talk about here tonight. We're going to get started on the Freemeier's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show. When we come back, we've got information on the Helena Cougars. We'll take a look back to 2 weeks ago's win over the Malvern Leopards, and we'll talk a little bit about what went on in the off week there as well. We've got all that and more coming up for you again on the Freemeier's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show. We'll get started on that in 5 minutes.
To long hours, which is why your Case IH and Kubota dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement in Stuttgart, is extending their parts and service hours to help you be ready during this crucial time of year. Trust factory-trained technicians to provide knowledgeable expertise and quick turnaround times. Ask Progressive Tractor and Implement about their next-day parts availability and count on their professionals to help ensure that your equipment stays up and running all day or all night for maximum production and bushels. Contact your local Case IH and Kubota dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement, for more information.
Thank you so much.
Are you tired of leaking on yourself? Tired of those embarrassing moments? Do you have chronic sciatica? Low back pain? Are you experiencing painful intercourse? Hemorrhoids? Maybe you're dealing with erectile dysfunction. Would you like to improve your balance? And the incontinence. Did you know that all of that can be resolved in as little as 3 weeks? That's right, only 28 minutes twice a week for 3 weeks. Most people notice a difference after their second session. The Emsella by BTL is so easy to use. You stay fully clothed. It's totally non-invasive. And there is 95% patient satisfaction. This is a breakthrough for incontinence and ED. And we here at the Katie Shack have made all of this relief possible for you. So why put up with those symptoms, especially now that you know that there is a cure? We have special financing available, and we have amazing affordable packaging deals. This is FDA approved and proven. Please call us at 870-873-4300 and let us help you on this journey to a better, healthier way of life.
More students are turning to UA Little Rock because we're leading the way in making college affordable for all Arkansans. With the Pell Grant, the Arkansas Academic Challenge Scholarship, and our half-off scholarship, you can get a college degree without debt. Don't qualify for Pell? No problem. We have options to help you affordably earn a 4-year degree. With scholarships and campus jobs, we're removing barriers for all. That's the Trojan Guarantee. Expect more with UA Little Rock.
Hello, this is Kevin Wingfield with Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services in Stuttgart. If you're looking to purchase or refinance farm real estate, equipment, cattle, or need capital for your crop operating expenses, we finance it all and share our profits through our patronage program. At Ag Heritage, we have friendly loan officers, competitive rates, and most of all, a lender who provides you with a financing package tailor-made to fit your individual needs. Please contact Kyle Stokeston or myself, Kevin Wingfield, in Stuttgart at 870-673-1558. Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services is an equal housing lender.
Baptist Health Women's Clinic Stuttgart is committed to providing quality patient care through all stages of a woman's life. We understand that different health concerns come with each new phase of a woman's life, so we provide education services, trained staff, and a board-certified OBGYN to meet every female body need, from pregnancy and childbirth to osteoporosis and gynecological exams.
Can't beat Green Onions by Booker T and the MGs.
That's right.
Yep. Learn more at BaptistHealthWomen.com.
I had that 8-track.
For you, for life.
Money is never an easy topic to talk about, but it is a must when you have kids. I'm State Treasurer John Thurston, and my office is here to make saving money for college or vocational school quick and effortless. Sign up for automatic payroll deductions into the Arkansas Brighter Future 529 account and help change the course of your child's life.
To learn more about the Arkansas 529 plan, its investments, objectives, risks, and costs, read the official statement at brighterfuturedirect529.com. Paid for by the Arkansas Section 529 Plan Review Committee.
Farmers and Merchants Bank was founded in Stuttgart, Arkansas.
In the movie
over
American
80 years
Graffiti,
ago,
when they go out and they're about to drag race out, and they start playing that, it makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up.
Ensure their legacy could be passed on for generations to come.
So,
as we look to the future, our foundation remains firmly planted in the values that have guided us in being the bank for our customers for 80 decades. Integrity, community, and trust.
A lot of guys there that are in the Luke Brothers band, I think, too.
I think you're exactly right.
Some of them are, yeah.
Blue Seal Petroleum
all the same big
and
group
Stuttgart
of
stocks a huge selection of tires for the farm
Donald
and the
Duck
family,
and
with interest-free financing for up to 6 months. When you're ready for tires for your car, truck, or SUV, call Blue Seal. With brands like Cooper, Michelin, PF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and Firestone, you'll always get the best tires at the best price
Steve
at
Cropper,
Blue Seal. When you need new tires, Blue Seal Petroleum on South Whitehead Drive in DeWitt, 870-946-2281, or on South Park Avenue in Stuttgart, 870-673-3126.
For more than 150 years, Lyon College has offered exceptional opportunities for Arkansas students and launched outstanding careers right here in the Natural State. Now the future is even brighter with the opening of our brand new football stadium on the Batesville campus and our new School of Dental Medicine in Little Rock. From our strong academic reputation and competitive athletics to our beautiful campus, Lyon is dedicated to preparing graduates who make a difference in Arkansas communities. Learn more at lyon.edu. Lyon College, a better world starting in Arkansas.
Well, we welcome you back to the press box at Ned Mosley Stadium on the campus of Stuttgart High School in Stuttgart, Arkansas for Ricebird football. Right now, it's the Freemeyers Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show. And here at the stadium, they have just started our pregame festivities, so we're going to step back away for 4 minutes, and we'll be right back with more pregame information on the Freemeyers Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show.
Pico Food says good luck to all the players, coaches, cheerleaders, and marching bands taking the field tonight. Under the lights, it's not about who's in your path, it's about who's in your huddle. And Pico Foods is a proud teammate and supporter of local communities and the state's agricultural producers. Learn more about how Pico Foods buys direct to support local producers. In Arkansas and Missouri, call David Durham or James Chester, 870-202-7101. In Alabama and Mississippi, call Andrew Parker or John Taylor Hickman at 601-670-9383.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let Brothers Realty handle the hard work for you. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, Sandra Brothers and her team will walk you through the process, step by step. Visit their new location at 2006 South Main Street in Stuttgart or browse listings online at brothers-realty.com. Call 870-659-4218 and connect with them on Facebook and Instagram. Brothers Realty, making moves stress-free in Southeast Arkansas.
College dreams come true at the University of Central Arkansas, especially now with the UCA commitment. This new program provides a debt-free pathway for tuition and fees for Arkansas students whose families earn $100,000 or less a year. And that impacts everything. It's fewer barriers and endless opportunities. Welcome to Bear Country. Learn more about the UCA commitment at uca.edu.
Are you tired of unreliable internet service? Do you constantly run over your data plan? Are you having trouble getting internet service where you live? With TechStream high-speed internet, you'll get consistent high speeds and low latency that doesn't stop at city limits. TechStream high-speed internet is perfect for homes, small and large businesses, farmers, and hunting clubs. You'll be able to stream, game, and surf with no interruptions. Servicing Arkansas, Lone Oak, Prairie, Jefferson, and Lincoln counties. TechStream is your locally owned and operated high-speed internet solution. Call toll-free 866-268-0101 or visit techstream.net.
Fall is in full swing at Cougar Hampton, and there's something new around every corner. Shop autumn-scented candles, immune support, and the best customer service in town. We're open at 218 South Main Street in downtown Stuttgart. Call, text, or FaceTime the gift shop at 870-659-0777. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Life's complicated. Your checking account shouldn't be. At Simmons Bank, we keep banking simple, with you in mind. Get paid early, avoid fees, bank from anywhere. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Choose your account and open online in minutes. Visit simmonsbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. All accounts subject to approval. Restrictions apply.
Fall, the best drive starts at Red River Toyota. Leaves are starting to drop and so are our prices. Take home the all-new 2025 Tacoma with rates starting as low as 2.99% and take up to $7,200 off of MSRP on the all-new 2025 Toyota Tundra or take advantage of rates as low as 1.75%. Don't forget to unlock your elite VIP savings for even bigger deals. Come visit us today or online at redrivertoyota.com during our game day sales event.
The love of football defines fall weekends, and in many homes, our families. But it's a demanding sport that can cause injury. That's why UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is on sidelines and in locker rooms for high schools and colleges across the state, ready to care for athletes with clinics in Central and Northwest Arkansas. UAMS Health, official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics and future Razorbacks all over Arkansas. Learn more at uams.health/team.
And we welcome you back to the Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show, coming to you tonight from Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, where the Stuttgart Ricebirds are set to take on the Helena Cougars as we kick off conference play. I'm Lynn Keller, sitting alongside Brent Whitman. And Brent, it is homecoming, as we mentioned. Want to briefly mention the Queen and her court. Beginning with the court, it is Nadia Serrani, Brooklyn Owens, Kaylee Smith Covington, Christiana Lynn Owens, Casey Klein, Riley Nicole Bateman, Michaela Hale, Jade Bradley, Mary Catherine Stevens, Chamberlain Chambers, and a homecoming queen for 2025, the lovely Mackenzie Elise Griffin. That is your homecoming queen and her court that were recognized just a few moments ago. Well, Brent, we got a big game coming up tonight. Hard to believe, but it's been 4 weeks since you and I have sat in this press box.
Yeah, you know, with only four home games, you know, the home games are kind of few and far between this year. And, yeah, you know, it's been a while, but, hey, you know, we got some great weather tonight for homecoming. And, you know, homecoming is a little bit earlier, but, you know, it might work out well because some nights we've seen the court sitting down there on the track with jackets and blankets wrapped around them. But, hey, that's not going to be the case
or
tonight.
raincoats and umbrellas.
Yes, that's right.
You know, and this is absolutely a gorgeous night. The Lord's blessed us with a dandy here compared to what it was a year ago. As we mentioned in the last segment, it was a real quagmire in Helena playing on that mud field in that hurricane, and the Ricebirds came out with a 1-point loss there that ultimately, Brent, made the difference in the Birds making the playoffs.
Yes, it did. Yeah, you know, we kept them out of the playoffs and put Helena into the playoffs, but the Birds are going to try to turn the tables here tonight. And, boy, that first conference game is always a big one.
It is. It's huge, and I know that Coach Price puts a lot of emphasis on it. He's still got to deal with the homecoming distractions and so forth, but I think there's nobody better to do that than Coach Price. Let's take a look at the Helena Cougars. They're 2-1 coming into tonight's game, Brent. Wins over Watson Chapel and Drew Central. They lost to Earl. Head coach Russell Smith is 116-1 at the helm in Helena. 6-5 a year ago after winning one game the previous 4 seasons combined. As we mentioned, they beat Stuttgart 18-17 a year ago in those miserable conditions. That made them 4-0 and ultimately propelled them into the playoffs by virtue of the tiebreaker and left Stuttgart home for the postseason. At quarterback, look for sophomore Kenny Gilchrist. Now, he'd be number 1. He is 6'2", 185 pounds. He was the offense for the Cougars last year until an injury sidelined him late in the season. He started as a freshman last year, and prior to that led the junior high to an undefeated season the year before that. Coach Price said he's the best quarterback that we've seen this season. He can throw it a country mile. A receiver can never get out of his range. Against Stuttgart a year ago, he only completed 2 passes, but one of them was for a touchdown with less than a minute to go. He also had 1 interception against the Birds. In the spring, he also plays baseball and runs track. And in the backfield, junior running back Kevion Brown, number 34. He's a handful. He's aggressive and strong. Bench press is 365 pounds. Coach Price says we're going to have to attack him low, wrap him up, and gang tackle. Sophomore Jeremiah Willis, number 6. Super quick. He can take it to the house at any time. He's only 5'6" and 155 pounds, but he is elusive. Receiving for the Cougars, junior R.J. Eaton is number 2. Maurice Pippin is number 9, and they both have 19 receptions each so far this season. On defense, junior Braden Hurd, number 55, garnered high praise from Coach Price for his ability to disrupt an offense. He'll be a target to block for sure. Although Stuttgart looks to have an advantage on special teams, Helena did take a kickoff to the house last year in the slop against Stuttgart. Now, Coach Price is also concerned with Helena's kickoffs this year as they'll go anywhere, everywhere, not necessarily by design. So the kick return team needs to be ready for anything at any time when it comes to Helena kicking off. And hopefully, Brent, that won't be very often.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the hands team needs to be up there and get their hands ready at all times to catch the ball.
Traditionally, Helena's loaded with talent. This year is no exception. It'll be key for the Birds to strike early and often. Brent, I've always thought Helena's one of those teams, if you let them hang around and they start rolling, they'll roll over you.
Absolutely.
But if you can get up on them, and I've always thought probably it was around 3 scores, maybe 4, that it might get a little bit easier. That may not be the case tonight, but that's been tradition.
Well, yeah, you're right. You know, and their numbers are, never matched Stuttgart as well, so the fatigue will set in as well, I think, in the second half.
You know, Brent, this also likely going to be the last time that these two teams will meet, at least for a while, as the Cougars will be dropping down in classification to 3A. Watson Chapel will be dropping from Class 5A to 4A, and we'll take Helena's slot in the 8-4A conference for the next 2 years at least. So next year, this game will be against Watson Chapel on this particular week because they're going to slot right in where Helena has come out. This is the 55th meeting all time since 1934 between the Ricebirds and the Cougars. They were also known for a while as the Indians. There's also been a couple of different schools there. There's been Helena and then West Helena and then more recently Helena, West Helena Central, and we just shortened it to Helena.
Yeah, because otherwise it's a mouthful to say that all the time. So we just call them Helena or the Cougars.
Helena Cougars, that's right. The Birds lead the series 34-18-2. And Brent, other than the DeWitt Dragons that the Ricebirds will face in a couple of weeks, this is the most common opponent the Ricebirds have ever faced.
Yeah, I go looking back at all of the past scores, even back in the in the 70s and such. Helena seemed like they were always on the schedule.
Yeah, they were, and I think because of the proximity, it was a good proximity for them as well, so that worked out good. Brent, it's been a couple of weeks since the Ricebirds have played, so let's just kind of refresh our listeners and our viewers as to what the Ricebirds did the last time out the box, and they had a good night against the Malvern Leopards as they struck early and often.
Yes, they did. It didn't take them long, about 3 plays, I believe, and QT Johnson took a little screen pass right down the sideline, 72 yards to the house, and he was just getting started on the night.
He really was. The Ricebirds built a 14-0 lead, and here comes Tavian Clegg. We knew he was going to be involved in the game.
Yeah.
Goes in from 4 yards out. Thought it was going to be a 4-yard loss.
Yes.
But he breaks the tackles and gets it forward and gets it into the end zone, cuts the Ricebird lead in half, but the Ricebirds come right back. Taekwon Hall, a 77-yard kickoff return. Then Jeremiah Thomas on the very next play, 14 yards. You could have driven a truck through the hole that he had.
Yeah, absolutely. Taekwon Hall with that big return, took the seat on the bench just to catch his breath, but boy, it didn't take long for Thomas. He found it in one play.
Ricebirds built a 35-14 lead at the half, and then in the second half, Malvern's first drive stalled. They turned it over on downs, and then, Brent, I thought the run of the night, maybe so far of the year, came up next. It wasn't a touchdown run. It wasn't the longest run, but Taekwon Hall carried it from the Ricebird 32 to the Malvern 35, and he was carrying more than the ball.
Yes, he was. For about 20 yards of that, he was carrying 3 or 4 Malvern Leopards on his back.
Brylan Hogan and Jordan Miner both got picks at the goal line. Really, you go back and you think about it, Brent, they could have made a huge difference in the game if Malvern goes ahead and converts. And those are 2 touchdowns right there. Who knows what might have happened there. So got to tip your hat to Brylan Hogan and Jordan Miner for those great picks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Stop some drives there. But, that Malvern offense never really looked comfortable all night, and give props to the defense for that.
I think so, too. It was a great win for the Ricebirds. A good night passing as well for Kane Price.
Yes, it was 255 yards, 4 TDs, and a 77% completion percentage. QT Johnson with a big game, 6 catches, 3 touchdowns, 144 yards, and Taekwon Hall with 174 yards on the ground, including that big 76-yard touchdown run late in the game.
That's one thing Coach Price has told us all year long, even before the season started, wants to establish a running game, and I think we're starting to see it come to fruition now 3 games in.
Yeah, I think so. And it seemed like with each week so far, Taekwon Hall has just got more confidence. It's got better and better.
No question about that. Stuttgart Ricebirds have made their way out of the locker room. They're doing some last-minute stretching here. The Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band is out on the field, and they have formed a tunnel that the fans have extended all the way down to about the 40-yard line on the other end of the field. So lots of fans out supporting this Ricebird football team when it comes out. And I tell you, tip my hat to the Ricebird Band because, Brent, we mentioned this just a little bit earlier. They were out here early this morning for a pep rally. They went to Meekins Middle School for a pep rally. They went to Park Avenue Elementary for a pep rally. I mean, that means loading and unloading equipment all those times.
Absolutely.
Then they came back for the coronation of the Queen. They went back for the parade downtown. They had a pep rally at the stage down there, and here they are with their 6th event of the day, and look at all the changing in clothes that they've done as well, and now they just look splendid in their beautiful maroon and white and black uniforms.
Yeah, it's been a long day for them, and let's just hope that they have time to eat today. Yeah. Boy, they have been busy since sunrise this morning.
They certainly have. And, of course, hats off there to Mr. Kevin Sherman, Ms. Shannon Hudgens, and Ms. Sarah Schroeder for the great job that they do with the Ricebird Band. I tell you, that just adds so much to the atmosphere. Brent got a big paper run-through coming up at the opening of the big Ricebird run-through, and it is homecoming, and I believe it has all of the senior.
Yep, I think so.
Names on it. And let me tell you now, the cheerleaders are holding this thing up, and you've got 3 cheerleaders holding up a cheerleader that has got their hands about 2/3 of the way down on this thing. I mean, it looks like they're using pole vaulting poles to build these.
Oh yeah. I think Stuttgart cheerleaders have always had the biggest and the best run-throughs of anybody.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And we're waiting for the fog to start coming out and the Ricebirds get loaded up and come on out. We have had, let's see, the officials are meeting at the center.
Yes, we've had the coin toss.
The coin toss, okay.
Yes, we have. I didn't see who won it, though. I was just looking at this great crowd we have down here on the field, all the way from the 15-yard line out to the other 40.
Yeah, exactly.
The students and fans out there.
And here come the Stuttgart Ricebirds as they bust through their run-through, following the cheerleaders with those 4 flags. The first one is the big S, and then there's SHS flags after that. Here come the Ricebirds as they take their place on the sideline. We are ready for Stuttgart Ricebird football. I want to thank you for listening to the Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show. Freemeyer's, located on 2nd and Main in Stuttgart, with all the brands that you know and you love, and great hometown service, price match guarantee. Why go anywhere else? Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus, sponsor of our pregame show. Time for the battle cry. The field is green. The stripes are white. We are ready for some Ricebird homecoming football on this Friday night.
Opening game of the 8-4A conference here. You always want to get off to a good start. The Ricebirds didn't do that last year, but let's see if they can exact a little revenge, so to speak, on the Helena Cougars here and come away with their first conference victory and stay undefeated.
One of my big Ricebird fan buddies, Melody Stackhouse, sent me a note and said there are at least 12 class reunions going on. Of course, Melody is Miss Homecoming.
Yes.
I don't know that that's an official title, but in my eyes, she will always be that. And but she knows there's over 12 class reunions. That's lots of folks here, and I know we got a lot of them in the stands tonight, ready to watch the Ricebirds as they take the field. They're going to receive the opening kickoff. The Helena Cougars will be kicking from the right to the left, and we want to welcome all of those that are listening on the EAB Sports Network, Stuttgart Ricebird YouTube channel, and Country 97.3 FM. Glad to have you join us tonight. I'm Lynn Keller, sitting alongside Brent Whitman, the Houston Cougars. The Helena Cougars, dressed up in their white road uniforms. They've got a bright candy apple red helmet, red numbers on their jerseys. The Stuttgart Ricebirds in their very familiar home maroon helmets. They've got the flying Ricebird logo on the right side, the jersey number on the left, white numbers on their uniforms, looking sharp out there, and we are ready for some football.
Let's see where this kickoff goes.
As we mentioned in the pregame, it can be an adventure. Got it teed up, moves up, puts his foot into it. It's going to be an end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at about the 40.
Flat, and they had about 3 guys offside. Yeah. I saw that, and I was hoping that the refs saw it, and they did. Yeah. It was a short kick on the far sideline. The Ricebird had a pretty good return set up, it looked like, but it was blown dead. And that's going to cost them 5 yards, and we'll do it all again.
Bray Covington Minor had the ball on the return that time. He's lined up again right at the 40-yard line.
That's number 5, Princeton Payne, kicking off for the Cougars.
5'7", 155-pound senior for the Helena Cougars. And soccer-style kicker, right foot. And there he moves up, puts his foot into it, and there's another whistle again.
Yep,
and
again.
Once again, it goes to the same spot. Bray Covington Minor says, come on, guys, I want to return one.
Yeah, I mean, and that wasn't even close. One of their players was a full yard across the line. I think he might be headed to the sidelines now.
Coach Smith probably going to have a little powwow with him about that.
It's like, come on, son. You just got to stay behind the lines. It's the first play of the game now. Let's go.
Already cost them 10 yards.
Yeah.
They back it up now. We'll be kicking from the 30-yard line on this beautiful night here at Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. Glad to have you joining us. And for the third attempt, Princeton Payne. There's the signal from the official. And he moves up. He puts his foot into this one. Now he sails this one down to about the 25-yard line. It's going to be returned back across the 30, 35, 40. Breaks a tackle at the 40 and gets up to midfield. Nice return for the Ricebirds, and they'll have good field position for their first possession of the night.
Yeah, pretty good kick there by Payne. QT Johnson caught it at about the 20 and gets it right out to almost midfield. It's at the Ricebirds 49. Fantastic field position for the Birds to start off here tonight.
Somebody reached out and grabbed him at about the 45, Brent, and that kind of slowed him down. Yeah. I think I agree with you 100%. Here come the Ricebirds from the sideline to the line of scrimmage. Kane Price is the quarterback. The junior, he's going to be in an empty backfield with a 3-receiver set, split out wide, one to the left. Calling signals. Takes the snap, straight back to pass. Looking, going to air it out long. He's got QT Johnson, and QT has to come back for it a little bit, falls down incomplete. Had to wait on it just a little bit, and when he did, he lost his footing, and it falls incomplete, and it'll bring up now second down for the Ricebirds as they go for the juggler on the first play.
Yeah, he was about 5 yards behind his man when the ball was thrown, but then he turned and tried to backpedal, and when he did, he just lost his balance.
Birds now back to the line of scrimmage from their own 49-yard line. Price with a back to his left. Takes, hands off to him, trying to find a little room up front now. Cuts to the right, gets across midfield, 45-40, still on his feet, 35-30, 25-20, put it on the scoreboard. They are not going to catch him. Number 42, you know him and you love him, Taekwon Hall.
Taekwon Hall, number 42, 51 yards down the near side. Boy, he had some good blocking coming around the corner, and then once he turned the corner and turned on the speed, he outran everybody, and the Ricebirds are on the board on the second play. Could have been on the board on their first play, but they get it into the end zone on their second play, and what a good start for the Ricebirds here. Taekwon Hall, 51 yards.
Dawson McKelvey on to attempt the extra point, the left foot, soccer-style kicker. Out of the hole of Byers. There's a good snap. There's a good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds very quickly with 11:35 to go in the opening quarter lead the Helena Cougars 7-0 back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Are you ready for a fall extravaganza like no other? Well, good news. Max Prairie Wings is back with the biggest event of the season. It's the Max Prairie Wings Annual Fall Fest, October 2nd through October 5th. For 4 days only, take advantage of 10.5% off savings on top of sale pricing both in-store and online at maxpw.com. Guns, ammo, bows, waders, decoys, clothing, and more. And with the purchase of over $50, we'll even ship it to you for free. Max Prairie Wings Fall Fest, your one-stop shop for savings on all things outdoor.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, where the Stuttgart Ricebirds have struck first in this conference opening matchup with the Helena Cougars. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. We're glad to have you joining us for Ricebird football, powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. 2 locations, Chevrolet and GMC down on 19th and Main and out across from Max Prairie Wings. It's Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. That's Petrus Auto Sales. Petrus Auto Group, they got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. Dawson McKelvey's got it teed up, puts his foot into it, just drills it right down central. It's going to be, and it was a great catch inside the 20-yard line, cutting to the right. Now the Ricebirds get on his back at about the 25, ride the return man down.
That was number 2, R.J. Eaton, who caught that line drive kick. He made a nice catch, but number 33, Chandler Chambers, was down there for the Ricebirds, and a nice job by special teams to get these speedy Cougars on the ground here. The Helena will start at their own 25 for their first possession.
Always dangerous, those Helena Cougars. Lots of talent. Here they come for their first possession of the night. 11:28 to go, opening quarter. Ricebirds with a quick 7-0 lead. Here come the Cougars. Let's see what they can do from the far hash mark, moving from the right to the left, which is the south to the north here at Mosley Stadium. Sends a man in motion, fakes to him. Now he's going to fire out a little screen pass in the flats. It is complete, and the Ricebirds with good coverage out there bring the receiver down at about the 30-yard line.
Number 9, that's Maurice Pippin, who you talked about, I believe, in the pregame, one of their good speedy receivers.
Has 19 receptions through 3 games so far this season, one of 2 of their receivers that have that many receptions, so he's certainly going to be a target for Gilchrist tonight. Gilchrist, the quarterback, empty backfield, 3 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right. Back to pass, look, fires across the middle, and had his man, but I'm telling you what, Knox Hillman had him perfectly timed. Number 3 was intended receiver Kendrick Henry, and boy, Knox just laid a lick on him right at the perfect moment.
He did time that perfectly, hit him right in the back and jarred the ball loose, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Cougars.
Ball touching the 30-yard line on the far hash mark. Here come the Cougars. Clad in white jerseys and pants, really bright, shiny helmets, bright red, shiny helmets. Ricebirds in their maroon with white trim. 3 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right. Wide side of the field is to the left. Gilchrist takes a snap, starts rolling to his left, fires, and he's got a man. What a catch in some heavy coverage brought down by number 5, Keaton Byers. But I'm telling you what, a heck of a catch by number 8, M.J. Gibson.
That was. And you said it, Lynn, quite a bit of traffic out there. I thought maybe if one of the Ricebirds could turn around there, he could have got a hand on it. But, boy, nice catch and a gain of 13 and a first down.
Coach Price said, we mentioned this in the pregame if you didn't catch it, but Coach Price said Gilcrease, best quarterback the Ricebirds will have faced so far this year, and he's showing it with some great arm strength. From the near hash mark, sends a man in motion, fakes to him, going to keep it himself right into the line, breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. He gets forward for maybe a yard. Actually, he was hitting the backfield, broke that tackle, and gets forward to about a yard up to the 44-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Cougars.
Bo Barnes and Dagan Duncan right there to wrap up Gilcrease to limit him to only a short gain of a yard.
Gilcrease is going to have, once again, 3 wide outs to the right, which is the wide side of the field. 2 wide outs to the left. He's empty backfield. Shotgun formation. Sends a man in motion. Fakes to him. Back to pass. Fires across the middle. Got a man complete inside Ricebird territory. Inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Boy, now, I mean, he threw a bullet on the reception, number 8, M.J. Gibson.
He did. Hit him in stride on a little post pattern there and picked up 19 yards and the first down.
Gilcrease already as a sophomore has a college offer.
Wow.
3 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right, wide side of the field's to the left. Ball now on the far hash mark again. Empty backfield, sends a man in motion. Gilcrease going to keep it just right up the middle. Huge hole as he gets down inside the Ricebird 25-yard line. Looked to me like he might have given it up a little quick there, Brent.
Yeah, I think so. He maybe could have tried to juke or put a move on somebody there.
Exactly.
Keep on going, but he went into the slide early.
He did. At the Ricebird 24-yard line, impressive opening drive here for the Helena Cougars. 9:18 to go, opening quarter. Stuttgart with a quick 7-0 lead. Scored on the second play from scrimmage. Taekwon Hall, 51-yard touchdown. Here come the Cougars, again from the far hash mark. This time he does hand to the back in the backfield, standing to his left, and he's just going to dig and power his way. Looks like maybe just inside the Ricebird 20-yard line. They are going to set it down at the 19. So it's going to bring up now 2nd down, about 5 coming up for the Cougars.
Yeah. As Coach Price said, you want to get them into the 3rd and long situation, but boy, not a chance to do that here so far. A pretty impressive opening drive so far by the Cougars.
Gilcrease showing his arm off here, no doubt about it. Of course, Coach Price again said in the coaches show earlier tonight that he can throw it a country mile. He said his receivers aren't going to run out of range. Gilcrease now gets the play from Coach Smith on the sidelines. 3 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right, empty backfield. And Gilcrease doesn't like something. He's going to quickly call timeout. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout with him. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3 FM, part of the EAB Sports Network.
Quarterback, guard, running back. Every position has a role in building success. If you want a position where you can build success in your own career, Lexicon is hiring welders, maintenance technicians, millwrights, project managers, and more. Learn while you earn with free on-the-job training through Lexicon University. Competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, an on-site health clinic, annual bonus program, and more. Check out lexicon-inc.com/football and join us as we build America one project at a time.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart for Ricebird football. Stuttgart Ricebirds with 8:17 to go in the first quarter lead. Helena 7-0. Helena driving at the Ricebird 19-yard line. 2nd down and 5. Gilcrease, the quarterback, calling signals. Takes a snap, back to pass, fires it toward the end zone, and it is going to be picked off by the Ricebirds. It hit the hands of the intended receiver, and just kind of like a little baby out of the cradle, he just rocked it out there, and the Ricebirds come away with a pick.
I'm trying to see who that is. That number 19? Brylan Hogan again. Yep, 19, Brylan Hogan. And you said it, Lynn. It went right off the hands of the Cougar receiver, right into the arms of Hogan in the back of the end zone.
Just looked like he was ready to cradle it like you would a baby, and it just kind of went right out of the cradle into the hands of Hogan, right at the back edge of the end zone, about as far from Brent and I's broadcast position as you can be here at the stadium. So the Ricebirds take over, 1st down and 10 at their own 20. Kane Price, quarterback, single back standing to his left. He fakes to him, keeps it himself, got running room, 35, 40, 45, and out of bounds. Oh, and a hard hit
That's going to be 15 more.
There it is. Finally, they threw the flag.
That was way late.
It was wicked. Now the Ricebird players need to show a little restraint and get back over on the sidelines.
Yeah. Kane was running out of bounds and already had 2 steps out of bounds and took a pretty good shove there
into the tent that they use now for coaching purposes, and it took a pretty good hit. But now this is going to be 15 yards from the 47-yard line of the Cougars. Boy, what a great run by Kane Price. Great run.
It was. He found a little hole there on the right side and took it all the way across the 50, and then the Ricebirds are going to pick up 15 more.
And there is a lot of conversation between the officials out there, the gentleman in the white hat and the other 2 officials.
Yeah.
I'm not real sure what the conversation is about, but I know this Ricebird crowd is not going to be happy if there's not 15 yards tacked on to the end of that.
Yeah, Kane was almost across the white area here.
And it was a very late flag too, and then another one came out as well.
Yeah, but there was no doubt about that.
Yeah, and that's right in front of Brent and I's broadcast position, so we had a good view of that. Unlike the interception a little earlier, which was it is a personal foul against Helena, and they'll mark that off. All right, and they're going to offset. And that's where the Ricebirds made a mistake, was they started getting a little pushy out there, and it ended up cost the Ricebirds 15 yards.
Yep.
Offsetting penalties saved Helena 15 yards on that. Let's see if the Ricebirds can't earn it back right here. Kane Price, he looks like he's okay. He's going to send 2 wide outs to the left, which is the wide side of the field, operating from the near hash mark. Price now stands up, looks to the sideline. He's going to move Hall, or start to move Hall from the left side to the right. Calls for the ball. Straight back to pass. Plenty of time. Airs it out long. He's got QT Johnson, and it's going to be picked off. Nice job interception-wise. Now he goes down at the 2-yard line, so Helena's going to have their back to the wall. But I'm telling you what, he was beat, but he made up the ground.
Yeah, he did. He did. Now that pass might have been just a step underthrown, but not much more than that.
Not much more.
Yeah, fantastic play by the Helena D-back there. But they are going to have their backs against the wall there. They are just inside the 2.
They're going to call it. Now they're going to call it a touchback. I don't get that.
I don't get that either. What makes you change your mind?
Yeah,
did
exactly.
you see him down at the 2 or not?
Yeah, exactly.
If you didn't see him down there, why did you mark it there in the first place?
Interception by number 34, Kevion Brown. Don't want to take anything away from him. That was
great play.
Oh, that was a fantastic job defensively, man on man against one of the best receivers in 8-4A conference. No question about that. So, back-to-back turnovers. Ricebirds take it away from Helena. Now Helena takes it away from the Ricebirds, and the Ricebirds are going to jump off sides and give Helena 5 yards here.
But Lynn, the Ricebirds have ran the ball twice on the ground. They picked up 51 and 53 yards. I think I'd keep it on the ground until they slow it down.
That's exactly right. They just know they've got that ability with Price to Johnson. They just know that's there. All right, here we go from the 25-yard line. First down and 5 for the Helena Cougars. With those exchange of turnovers, Brent, Ricebirds gain a lot of field position.
Oh, yes, absolutely. They do.
Helena this time out of running formation takes hands off number 6, Jeremiah Willis on the carry. And just over the left tackle, he powers his way forward about 2.5 yards. We'll say 3. It's going to bring up now second down and long 2 for the Cougars. Cougars to the line, going to stay in the same formation. Gilcrease, the quarterback. He's got 2 backs in the backfield with him. Now he's going to move one of them to a slot on the right. Single back standing to the left. Gilcrease calls for the ball, takes hands off to that slot coming to the near side. He slips down. Nice play defensively by the Ricebirds coming in there. Number 78 making the stop, LaDadrian Smith.
Yeah, he sure did. He just got a hand on the shoulder pads there, but that was enough to bring him down. It's going to bring up third down and about 1 now.
Going to be a long one from just outside the 29-yard line. They've got to get to the 30 for a first down. Here come the Cougars to the line of scrimmage. One wide out, way on the numbers on the far side. They're going to bring him in just a little bit, send two wide outs to the left, which is the short side of the field. Two backs in the backfield, flanking the quarterback. Gilcrease claps his hands for the ball. Takes it. He takes hands off. Ricebirds get their hands on him, but he's going to have a first down as the pile just pushes out almost to the 35-yard line. That is actually where they're going to mark it, and that'll be a first down for the Cougars.
Yeah, that was number 34, Brown, on the carry. Yeah, he's going to pick up about 6 yards, and more than enough for the first down.
6:27 to go in the first quarter. Stuttgart with a 7-0 lead. Helena Cougars with their second possession of the night. They took a turnover, intercepted at the goal line. On the touchback, brought it out to the 20. They've got the ball at their own 35. Sends a man in motion, and the ball's on the ground. Gilcrease picks it up. Now he's in trouble. Now he's going to throw it, and he's got a man, but he overthrows him. Led him a little bit too much, it looked like.
Yeah.
I think the receiver may have quit running when he saw Gilcrease in trouble.
Yeah, that could be. You know, and I thought Gilcrease had a lot of room to run over
there. He did have.
That far side, but he kept his eyes downfield. He found a man, but just couldn't connect with him down at about the 25.
Not far from being across the line of scrimmage either when he threw the ball. It's going to bring up now 2nd down and 10 for the Helena Cougars. A little conference over there on the far sideline with the coach. Play clock is at 10 and rolling.
Yeah, the play clock is getting on down there.
And they're still making swaps. They're not. They're going to have to call another timeout. And
I think they did. Yep.
They got the timeout in. That was their second of the first half. Timeout, Helena. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird Football on Country 97.3 FM. We're part of the EAB Sports Network.
Prairie Implement Company introduces Spartan Mowers, the strongest lineup in the mowing industry. With the SRT, RT, RZ, and KG series, they have the perfect mower to fit any yard, any size, anytime. From compact to commercial, 42 to 72-inch deck sizes with power all the way to 38.5 horses. You just won't find a better mower anywhere, period. Spartan Mowers are assembled in the USA, forged with a 7-gauge steel to bring you the strongest lineup in America. Check out the new Spartan Mowers at Prairie Implement Company in Stuttgart. Get yours today.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. 6:01 to go, opening quarter. Stuttgart with a 7-0 lead over the Helena Cougars. I'm Lynn Keller, sitting alongside Brent Whitman. We're glad to have you joining us for Ricebird Football. It's powered every Friday night by Petrus Auto Group, 3 locations in Stuttgart. Here comes Helena out of the timeout. Gilcrease takes a snap, rolls to his right, fires. He's got a man complete across midfield into Ricebird territory. Made a diving catch on the far sideline.
Yeah, he was wide open there going down the sideline. I think that is MJ Gibson.
Number 8.
Yeah, number 8. He's going to have 18.
Moves the ball, as we said, into Ricebird territory at the 48-yard line from the far hash mark. Here come the Cougars. Cougars have moved the ball well. They're both of their first possessions here of the ball game. 2 wide outs to the right, short side of the field. We're going to hand off the back. He's got a little running room over that left side. Rumbles and bumbles and stumbles his way down to about the 41-yard line. Going to be short of a first down by about 3 yards, but a good gain of 7 there on first down.
It was Brown again on the carry. 2 carries, 13 yards for number 34. And the Cougars move into Stuttgart territory a little further.
Kevion, strong runner. Coach Price talked about him on his coach's show. Takes hands off into the line again. Another hard run, powering the way down to the 37-yard line, I believe. That is Brown. You know, Coach Price talked about Brown and said, you know, we've got to hit him low and we've got to wrap up and then we've got a gang tackle. And I think that's exactly what we've seen, Brent.
Yeah, 5'10", 225. So, yeah, strong runner in there. And, yeah, it's going to take more than one guy to bring him down.
He squats 365 pounds, so he is a strong young man. Ball's in the center of the field. Cougars here in the first quarter, moving from the right to the left. They got 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left, single back to the right of the quarterback, Gilcrease. He fires out in the flats. He's got a man, but he drops it. I think he heard footsteps, Brent.
I think he did too. Yeah, he was trying to pick up that block there, but the Ricebird out there had kind of fought through the block and was just about to make a play on the ball, and he got a little alligator arms, and the ball went right through his hands. So 2nd down and 10.
A couple of defenders out there for the Rice Birds. Brylan Hogan, number 19, also number 15, Ethan Boyd out there on that side for the Rice Birds. From the center of the field, here come the Cougars. 2nd down and 10. Gilcrease takes a snap, now rolls to his left, looks, fires, and oh my goodness, I thought it was going to be picked, now I thought it was going to be caught, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, almost picked off out there by Jordan Miner. He tried to turn around and catch it behind him and couldn't quite come away with it, but going to bring up 3rd down and 10. And boy, this Helena offense is pretty good, Lynn. They're looking pretty good out there, but Rice Birds have them now kind of where they want them, maybe 3rd down and long.
3rd down and 10. Here come the Cougars to the line of scrimmage, and boy, they have got it spread out. They got 3 wide outs on the right, 2 on the left, empty backfield for their quarterback, Gilcrease. Claps his hands for the ball, takes it straight back. Now looking. He's going to air this one out long. He's got a man on the far sideline over there, and it is caught inside the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up 1st down and goal to go for the Cougars.
It was M.J. Gibson on that.
Number 8 on the reception on that 3rd and 10. And I'm telling you what, the ball was on the money.
It was. I couldn't tell if he kept his feet in bounds or not, but there's a referee right over there on it, and he said he did. So that was 30 yards on that play.
Again, the action is about as far from Brent and I's broadcast position as it can be and be on the field. 4:34 to go, opening quarter. Stuttgart clinging to a 7-0 lead. Here come the Cougars. Fresh set of downs. 1st down, goal to go at the Stuttgart 4.
They're not going to get this play off.
They're not either. They're going to use their last timeout or take a penalty. And they're going to timeout. That's their 3rd and final timeout. Let's take another quick 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird Football on Country 97.3 FM. We're part of the EAB Sports Network.
No matter where you are from, a big city, a small town, or somewhere in between, you'll find your place at the University of Arkansas. With a vibrant campus community, including the full Razorback and SEC experience, an unbeatable mix of academic excellence and outdoor fun, the U of A is the place to be. Learn from our world-class faculty, benefit from our record scholarship funding for Arkansans, and access resources to launch your future career. The University of Arkansas, your path starts here.
Welcome back to Ned Mosley Stadium. Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. We're glad to have you join us for Ricebird football. 4:34 to go here in the 1st quarter. Stuttgart with a 7-0 lead, and Helena has just used their final timeout of the half. They've got it 1st down, goal to go at the Stuttgart 4-yard line. Takes, hands off, good hard run, just kind of digging toward the goal line. Going to be short by about 1.5 yards, I believe.
Yeah, now they're going to spot him just inside the 1. He got a good spot.
He did get a good spot because his knees were down about the 3, it looked to me like, but I guess he had stretched the ball out. From the far hash mark, here come the Cougars. 2nd down, goal to go. We'll call it the 1. Gilcrease flanked by running backs. Takes, hands off to Brown on the left side, and he's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Helena. 4:02 to go here in the opening quarter, and Helena is 1 point away from tying it or 2 points away from taking the lead.
Yeah, that's always interesting with Helena to see if they're going to kick it or go for 2. I did see the kicker was coming out, but now he's going back off the field, so it looks like they're going to go for 2 here.
I'd give it to Kevion Brown, big number 34.
Yeah, just try to stop him.
Yeah.
Yep. But if they don't make it, this could really hurt them. But if they do, it's going to be big for them. Defense needs to come up with a stop here, and Ricebirds are subbing on a couple players, and so is Helena.
And here we go. Back to pass, looking. Now he started left, looking right. Now being chased backwards. He's just going to air this one out long, and the Ricebirds are going to knock it down in the back of the end zone. Incomplete, intended receiver, number 8, M.J. Gibson. Just kind of threw that one up, a 50-50 ball, I guess you'd say, Brent.
Yeah, it did. Gilcrease was under some pressure that time. He couldn't find anybody open. He was backpedaling to about the 15, and just kind of threw it up there. But good defense by the Ricebirds, and they retain their lead, 7-6 now. 4:02 left in the first quarter. And boy, it's been an eventful first quarter.
It sure has. A lot of action here, and impressive performance by the Helena Cougars. Brent, I Gilchrist, of course, we saw him last year, but we saw him in really some horrible conditions.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no question about it, he's an
sling,
outstanding. Yes, he can.
He can sling that ball for a 10th grader, too. You know, I'm kind of glad that they're going out of our conference. We don't have to see him anymore.
That's right. That's exactly right. For those of you who maybe missed the Freemeier's Best Brands Plus pregame show, we are losing Helena. This will be the last contest between these two teams at least for the foreseeable future. This is the 55th meeting, though, however. And the kick is going to be a good one, end over end. It's going to be taken at about the 16-yard line, back across 20, 25, right up the middle, across the 30 to the 37-yard line. And I believe QT Johnson was on the return.
Yeah, QT Johnson. I'm just tried to bring it right up the middle and try to bust through the line, but a good job by the Cougars to bring him down at the 38-yard line. So the Birds will be out for their third possession here, and they've only ran 4 plays on their first two possessions total, 4 plays.
All right, here come the Rice Birds to the line. Kane Price flanked with backs on each side. 2 wideouts to the left, which is the short side of the field. Takes, hands off to number 11, Jeremiah Thomas, and he's going to be up into it as he gets to about the 45-yard line. It's going to be about 3 yards short. Nice gain of 7 there on first down, Brent.
Yeah, 2 backs in the backfield that time. The handoff to Thomas around the left side and a nice gain on first down. 3:35 left to go in the first quarter.
Birds to the line. Again, Price is flanked with backs on each side. Calls to the ball, takes, snaps and hands off to the left side. Got a little running room, trying to get the corner, 50, 45, 40, and out of bounds at the 36-yard line on the carry, Taekwon Hall.
Yeah, 16 yards for Hall that time, and Hall does such a good job going down the line and looking for his blocks and setting up his blocks well, and that's a nice play there by Hall.
A lot of speed on that defense for the Cougars, too. Yep. A lot of pursuit toward that ball as well.
Yep.
Here come the Birds now as they have flipped the field now. First down and 10 from the Helena 36-yard line. Christian Henson, the center, number 59, over the ball, takes, snaps. Price keeps it, looks, fires. He got a man wide open at the 25-yard line, just puts a little too much heat on it. I believe that was Hayden Prime.
Yeah, Hayden Prime didn't have anybody within 10 yards of him, and Kane was on the rollout to the far side and just overthrew Hayden, or he would have had an easy first down plus some yardage.
Nice job by that Rice Bird line. Dylan Scobie out there. Mentioned Henson. Doing a good job protection for Price. Again, here come the Birds to the line. 2 wideouts to the right, which is the short side of the field. Takes hands off to Hall. Hall kind of dancing a little bit, starting right. Now going back left. He's got the corner, 30, 25, and the speed over there is going to bring him down. Slings him down out of bounds. Down to the 16.
20 yards on that carry for Taekwon. He started out right. Couldn't find anything over there. Reverse field and had a lot of running room around the far side and takes it all the way down to the 16 for a first down.
Number 5, Princeton Payne brought him down for Helena. Good job, Princeton. Again, great speed over there because there's not many when Taekwon gets that corner, there's not many in the league going to catch him. Here come the Birds. Fake to Thomas, rolling to his right. Price looking. Now he fires it to the back of the end zone. Got a man. Oh, QT dropped it. Hit him right in the hands. Dropped it on the back corner of the end zone.
Yeah, he was wide open that time. Couldn't have been any more open. Just went off his hands. Wow.
Second down and 10 coming up for the Rice Birds. Oh, boy, he'll wake up in the night and want that one back for sure. It was a good thrown ball, and he was all alone back there. Did a nice job getting open. From the far hash mark, here come the Rice Birds. Second down and 10. Ball on the Helena 16. One wide out to the left. two to the left. Handoff Thomas into the line, inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. A nice gain of about, 8, Brent?
Yeah, about 8 yards. Yeah, hard run that time for Thomas. He had a big hole up the middle. Looked like he might get to the end zone, but, boy, it did close up in a hurry, but a nice gain of 8.
Again, good speed on that defense for the Helena Cougars.
Athletes everywhere out there in white tonight.
You bet. Here come the Birds. Again, backs are flanking. Price, he takes, hands off, and looks like he's going to have a first down. Hall going to get it down. They're going to mark it, yes, just outside the 5-yard line, so it is going to be enough for first down. First down, goal to go coming up for the Rice Birds.
Hall on the carry there. He picks up 3 yards. And a first down and goal here as we just roll under 2 minutes in the first quarter.
Rice Birds lead 7-6 over the Helena Cougars. 55th meeting all time since 1934 between these two teams. Here come the Birds. First down, goal to go. Kane Price, the quarterback, sends Hall in motion out of the backfield. Fakes to Thomas. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Rice Birds. Kane Price takes it 5, and the Birds stretch their lead.
Boy, yeah, just a fake to Thomas around the left side, and then the keeper right up the middle, and I don't think anybody touched him until he got to the end zone, and the Rice Birds strike again here. They take a 13-6 lead. Dawson McKelvey is on for the PAT. So that was 5 yards on the touchdown?
It looked like it was about the 5.5-yard line.
All right, I'll mark it down to 6.
There you go. Dawson McKelvey on to attempt the extra point. Up and good, and the Stuttgart Rice Birds stretch their lead over the Helena Cougars. Birds up 14-6. Back with more Stuttgart Rice Bird football in 30 seconds.
A generator is one of those things you never think about until you really need it. Luckily, Durden's in Stuttgart is your local authorized Generac dealer, and that means we can sell, install, and provide warranty service on your generator. And that's a big deal because a generator is a big investment, and you're depending on it to work properly when you need it. Call us today at 673-1356 to learn more about home backup options, portable generators, and even commercial options for your business. And let's save the candlelight dinners just for date night.
Durden's in Stuttgart. Guaranteed comfort since 1960.
Welcome back to Stuttgart Rice Bird football, powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. 2 locations, 19th and Main Street for Chevrolet and GMC. And out across from Max Prairie Wings, you'll find Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Petrus, they got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. Dawson McKelvey's kick is going to go off of the return man all the way into the end zone. I think it hit him, but he stayed with it, and it went into the end zone for a touchback.
I got an update on that DeWitt Warren game. Warren just scored, and they have a 7-0 lead here in the second quarter.
And that is at Warren,
I believe. Yes, it is. Yep, it is. That's an interesting game there. We're going to find out a little bit about those two teams.
About tonight. Both of them, you bet. You bet. And we're fixing to find out what the Helena Cougars are going to do here with 1:36 to go in the first quarter. They've got the ball first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line, trailing the Rice Birds 14-6. Gilchrist is the quarterback. KJ takes, fakes to his right, airs this one out long, and he's got a man, and it is complete inside the Rice Bird 40-yard line. What a pass, what a catch.
Yes, it was. Number 2. Yeah, R.J. Eaton on the catch, and Gilchrist laid it out there perfectly.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, what a pretty thrown ball, and right on the money. Rice Birds with good coverage out there too, Brent, but that ball was right on the money.
He dropped it in there.
They flopped the field. Now it's going to be first down 10. Got to wait for the chain game to catch up now. May have to get some oxygen out for those guys. All right, here we go. First down and 10 from the Rice Bird 36-yard line. Here come the Cougars. Takes, hands off into the line. Boy, he runs into a brick wall. Now the wall is kind of going to fall forward for a couple of yards. It's going to bring a gain of about, a gain of over 3, right at 3 yards. We're going to say 2nd and 7 coming up now. Ball is at the 34-yard line of the Rice Birds. 1:14, clock moving here in the first quarter. Rice Birds with a 14-6 lead on this homecoming night here on the Grand Prairie. Beautiful evening for football, beautiful day for all the homecoming festivities. Empty backfield. KJ Gilchrist fires. Got a man complete. He has to make a little dive for it. He catches it at the Ricebird 30-yard line. Going to be short of a first down by about 3. It's going to bring up now 3rd down and 3.
Maurice Pippin on the catch. He's going to get about 4. More than I thought. Bo Barnes was going to get his hands on it there and knock it down, but Gilchrist just got it over his outstretched arm.
35 seconds, clock moving here in the first quarter. Empty backfield, 3 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. KJ Gilchrist is the quarterback. Does a little hard count. Ricebird stayed tight. From shotgun formation, standing in his own 35. He takes a snap, 2 steps back, fires and throws it at the feet of the intended receiver. Just kind of got that one out there a little bit quick. Defending on the play for the Ricebirds was Damari McKinney, number 1.
Yeah, that was Kendrick Henry with a receiver there, and he didn't turn around yet, and the ball was behind him and low anyway. Yeah, and Gilchrist just got rid of it just a little early. And now
he's having some words with him, too.
Yeah. That's going to bring up 4th down 3 here. Big play.
Yeah, huge play for the Ricebird defense. They got a 14-6 lead, 17 seconds to go. Clock stopped with the incompletion. Here come the Cougars from the far hash mark. Gilchrist, hard count, calls it for the ball, fires across the middle, incomplete. And I don't see any flags, and the Ricebirds are going to take over on downs.
Now there are 2 guys there running a shallow crossing pattern there, and he kind of threw it right in between both of them. I don't know who that was supposed to go to, and I don't think they did either.
Yeah.
So yeah, a big stop for the Ricebird defense there late in the first quarter. We have 13 seconds left, but the defense gets a big stop.
So the Ricebirds will take over at the spot, which would be their own 30-yard line. Here in the first quarter for another 13 seconds anyway. The Ricebirds will be moving from the left to the right. That is from the north to the south, headed towards Lenox here, for those of you familiar with Mosley Stadium here in Stuttgart. Kane Price, the quarterback, shotgun formation, back standing to his left. He's going to fake to him, and he rolls to his left. He's going to float one out for QT, and good coverage out there. It falls incomplete.
That's Jeremiah Jackson.
Oh, excuse me.
Jeremiah Jackson, yeah, he had a step, but the D-back recovered pretty well that time and got a hand up.
2nd down, 10 coming up. Still 5 seconds to go. Clock stopped with the incompletion. QT and looked like Hayden Prine split to the near side along with number 2, Jeremiah Jackson. Single back standing to the left of Price. Takes hands off to him into the line, and nothing there. Boy, he gets to the 30-yard line. He gets hog-tied right there by the linebacker, number 34, Kevion Brown. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Helena Cougars 14-6. We'll be back with second quarter action in 1 minute.
Producers Rice Mill in Stuttgart is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Ricebird Sports. Producers is here for you year-round, providing the hometown service you desire. Producers supports community activities and is proud to be a part of the Grand Prairie. If you're enjoying this broadcast of Ricebird Sports, let our sponsors know, because without their support, this broadcast would not be possible. Producers Rice Mill in Stuttgart, supporting the community and Ricebird Sports.
Running a business means finding the right people, and that's where Express Employment Professionals comes in. Whether you need full-time, part-time, or seasonal employees, Express has you covered. From office staff to skilled trades, Express matches the right talent to your needs quickly and efficiently. With offices in Stuttgart, Wynne, Helena, and Pine Bluff, they're ready to support your business no matter the size. And if you're looking for a job, Express is here for you too. For more information or to apply, call 870-672-4568 or visit expresspros.com. Express Employment Professionals, your staffing solution.
Welcome back as we start the second quarter of action. The Stuttgart Ricebirds have the ball. 3rd down and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Kane Price, quarterback, takes a snap. Back to pass, just going to loft it out there, and it is incomplete. Sure thought that might be a flag on number 15, DeAndre Wilson.
I sure thought the referee was reaching for it there for a second, but he didn't throw a flag, and he didn't get his head turned around at all, and he has the helmet right in the chest of Jamarion there, but no call.
It's going to bring up a punting situation now for the first time tonight for either team. Ricebirds from their own 30-yard line failed to get a yard. It's going to bring up now 4th down and 10. And it looks like we may have Dawson McKelvey on. And what we're going to do here is we're going to have a place kick, which you can do, and works the same as a punt.
Absolutely right. Yep.
And this is
see it a lot, but
not a lot. Yeah, that's right. End over end kick, and it's going to hit.
That's perfect.
It is. It's going to hit at the 32, and oh, it was tempting for number 3, Kendrick Henry, to grab that thing, but boy, he had some heat coming down on him that he was going to be punished.
Big stop there by the Cougar offense. By the Cougar defense to get the Ricebirds off the field. Seen the Ricebirds just try to beat them deep here several times, because they play that zero coverage with no safety there. But the Birds just unable to connect so far. Kane has not completed a pass yet, and that is rare.
That is rare. And he's had a couple of drops.
He has. Yep.
He's had a couple of drops.
Yep.
Here come the Cougars. Their first possession here of the second quarter. They're out of timeouts, too, by the way, for the half.
They are. So they got to get their plays in, and they got to get them off now. No more timeouts for them.
Or lose 5 yards.
Yep. And we'll take that.
Gilcrease, the quarterback, number 1. He's got number 6, Jeremiah Willis, lined up to his right. He's got 3 wide outs to the left, which is the wide side of the field. He hands off to number 6, Jeremiah Willis, into the line, and he runs into LaDadrian Smith.
Yeah, not much there. Only about 2 yards for Willis on that one. Bring up second down, 8.
Also, Trey Phillips on that line on the defense for the Ricebirds. Number 17 out there as well, Caden Sims, lined up on that defensive end spot on the left side. Bo Barnes on the right side. And the homecoming crowd is festive here at Ned Mosley Stadium tonight.
Fantastic crowd.
It is.
A lot of people standing along the fence down there as well.
Gilcrease back to pass, getting some pressure, being chased out of the pocket now, just going to air this one out, throw it way over on the track. In the general vicinity of number 3, Kendrick Henry. Out there for the Ricebirds defending was number 14, Jordan Miner, but good pressure that time on the quarterback. I tell you, that's hard to get on Gilcrease now. He's strong and he's quick.
Yeah, he was, but there were 2 or 3 Ricebirds back there, and they kind of had him bracketed in there, so he couldn't get out and run and just had to throw it away.
3rd down and 8 now from their own 35-yard line. Here come the Cougars, 10:57 to go in the first half. Stuttgart with a 14-6 lead on homecoming night here in Stuttgart. First time in 4 weeks we've been back here at Ned Mosley Stadium. Gilcrease takes a snap, back to pass, being chased out of the pocket. Got a lot of pressure on him there from number 44 for the Ricebirds, Knox Hillman. He gets rid of it, and I think Knox heard him on that.
Yeah,
fires it over and incomplete on the far sideline. So it's 4th and 8 coming up for Helena. Let's see if they'll bring their punt team out.
I think they are. You know what, Linford, Gilcrease, being such a great athlete, he doesn't take off and run with it.
He doesn't, and goodness, it looked to me like right there he had some
room.
space.
Yeah, he's had room several times, but when that one time he ran it, he slid down.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe they tell him not to run it, just try to keep him healthy, but boy, he had a lot of room there.
All right, let's see.
Number 16 maybe on the punt. Oh, we have,
James Strickland in to punt.
Delay of game. Yeah. They were just a little slow getting lined up and getting their punt team out, and that's going to cost them 5 yards.
They sort out some of these sort of things. It's a pretty good football team.
It is, yeah, it is.
Lots of athletes, a lot of talent, lots of speed out there on offense and defense.
No question.
Number 16, James Strickland in to punt, standing at his own 19, gets his foot into it, gets a nice knuckleball. It's going to hit and take a great Helena roll. It's going to be returned by Keaton Byers, and Keaton does a nice job saving a lot of real estate there. Yep. Didn't get a lot on the return, but he sure kept it from rolling down to about the 20.
Yep, the Birds take over at their own 34 here, 10:41 left in the second quarter. And boy, when you got an offense like Helena that's kind of explosive there, boy, I sure would like to get 2 scores here while we have the chance on them.
Exactly. Want to mention a special word of thanks, Park Avenue Missionary Baptist Church. They fed the team and the cheerleaders the pregame meal this evening, or today rather, and want to thank them very much for that. Also, for those of you keeping score, there are no fireworks tonight. Our fireworks shooter is out of town, so no fireworks tonight here at Mosley Stadium. Handoff Taekwon Hall. He's not going to be able to get out of the backfield now. We got a flag coming in behind it. Going to be a hold against the Ricebirds. Preliminary signal from the gentleman in the white hat. And the headset comes off of Coach Price there.
Yeah. He was upset with several players there at that time. Going to back up the Ricebirds. Would have been second down and about 11, but now it's going to be a first down and 20.
After the penalty, the ball is marked at the 24-yard line.
So the Ricebirds now will have it, as Brent mentioned, first down and 20. Christian Henson, the center, over the ball. Snaps it to Price. Back to pass. He airs it out long. He's got a man wide open. QT makes the catch at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, nice catch that time from Johnson. He was pretty well covered there, but boy, he jumped up and cradled it, and a fantastic catch. Flips the field there on first down and 20.
Ricebirds now operating from the Helena 33-yard line, from the far hash mark, moving from the right to the left on your radio dial. Birds headed toward the new Ricebird Arena here in the athletic complex in Stuttgart. Empty backfield, 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Sends that man in motion. Going to hand it to him on a little speed sweep, coming to the near side, trying to get the corner. Turns it at the 30 down to the 25-yard line. On the carry, Jeremiah Thomas.
Yeah, Jeremiah Thomas on that little shovel pass there. He takes it about 8 yards, so a nice gain on first down.
10 minutes even to go here in the first half. Stuttgart with a 14-6 lead.
Kane with his first 2 pass completions on the night, back-to-back there, and the Ricebirds are on the move.
Thomas standing to the right of Price, the quarterback. Price in shotgun formation, standing at the 30-yard line, awaiting the snap. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap, back to pass, looking left, fakes, pumps. Now he throws it toward the end zone. He's got his man complete. Touchdown, Ricebirds. Jamarion Horde on the reception.
There you go, 25 yards on a little fake out and up, and Horde gave a nice fake there, faked out the D-back, and then turned and cut it up the field, and Kane put it right on the money, and boy, the Ricebirds come right back with a touchdown to push their lead to 20-6. Dawson McKelvey on for his 3rd PAT of the night. What a nice, easy, quick drive there for the Ricebirds to get the second quarter started.
Bo Barnes will be the snapper. Keaton Byers is the holder. Dawson McKelvey has it blocked for the 3rd game in a row. We've got a PAT blocked.
Yep, and that's going to put us back on par there with since Helena did not get their 2-point conversion. That's going to keep it at a 14-point lead right now, 20-6, 9:54 left in the second quarter.
You know, I jinxed that, Brent. I really shouldn't say this, but I had already written down McKelvey PAT.
Oh, my goodness.
And I never do that, but I was rolling. I said I'm just going to go ahead and put down Dawson McKelvey's PAT was good, and I jinxed it. So sorry about that, Dawson.
I'm not going to blame you too much here.
Sorry about that, Ricebird fans, but the Birds do go up 2 scores. They lead 20-6 with 9:54 to go here in the first half. It's homecoming here on the Grand Prairie, and it has been a festive day. It's been a festive week. I love all the themes. I know you've probably seen some of those too, Brent.
Yes, I have,
Every day this week, there's been some sort of different theme that involved dressing up. And I think yesterday it was students dress up as teachers and teachers dress up as students, which came up with some wild looks. It's been a blast to watch. McKelvey kicks off. Boy, and it's a line drive, and this one may not make it into the end zone. The Ricebirds are going to have to get him covered back deep.
Oh, that's a hold.
It is.
He was wrestling him down to the ground, and God, wow, that was.
And he gets up and starts jawing a little bit.
Yeah, that was a hold there by one of the Cougars. Had one of the Ricebirds down on the ground by the jersey, and was shaking him down on the ground, but no call.
Chandler Chambers. Now, let me tip my hat to Chandler, because he got up and he wasn't happy but he walked away from the deal.
He did.
He walked away from it. Very smart move. That line drive kick was mishandled, and it rolled back, and it was not going to go into the end zone as one previously did that we saw. So the return man goes back and gets it, and the Ricebirds corral him inside the 10-yard line. So Helena, with their back to the wall, first down and 10 from their own, looks like 9-yard line. Handoff. Whoa! What a lick. I mean, Knox Hillman came in there like a house of fire.
He did. Knox Hillman is going to knock him back for a loss of 2 on the play. And, you know, the linebacker play has really been a difference, I think, in the defense so far this year. It has been outstanding.
It really has been. Lots of tackles for loss, and there was one right there.
It's been great.
Loss of a couple on the play, and that's a good spot on the field for the Ricebirds to get that TFL.
Yep.
Here come the Cougars to the line of scrimmage. From their own 7. Gilchrist is the quarterback, shotgun formation. Sends a man in motion, fakes to him, rolling. Now he dumps it back across the middle. Got a man complete. Knox Hillman is there for the tackle, short of a first down, so it's going to bring up now 3rd down. Let's see, probably about 4 to go once they get the ball set down.
Yeah, smart call there. Just try to set up a screen pass and get some blockers out in front, you know, and see what they could get, and they pick up about 8 on that.
Number 6, Jeremiah Willis on the reception. And, of course, mentioned Knox Hillman on the stop for the Ricebirds. Big 3rd down and 3 for the Ricebird defense. They dig in. Here come the Cougars. 4 wideouts, single back in the backfield, and there's a penalty marker before the snap. Illegal substitution against the Cougars. Now that's going to take it from a 3rd and a long 3 now to a 3rd and a long 8.
That is going to back them up. Yeah, they had a player run off the field late, so that means that they broke the huddle with 12 players out there, and that's going to cost them 5, and that could be a big 5 yards.
Absolutely. 8:20 to go here in the first half. Stuttgart with a 20-6 lead over the Helena Cougars. Opening night of 8-4A conference action. Ricebirds looking to get a little revenge over last year's loss in the quagmire over in Phillips County. Here come the Cougars with 2 wideouts to each side. Single back, and now they're bringing somebody on late. He's going to line up on the left side, send a man in motion. There's there's another penalty marker. Now this is going to be delay, I think.
No, he was on 7.
Oh,
still calling illegal
substitution. Well, the play clock disappeared.
Yeah, it was on 7.
Okay.
I did check that, but boy, they cannot get lined up right. And as you mentioned, Lynn, it's just a little things like this that's really slowing down this offense tonight.
They get these little things straightened out. Now this is a team to contend with.
Yep.
There is a ton of talent there. There is no mistaking that. Well, this backs the Cougars up now half the distance to go down to the 6-yard line. So it's going to bring up now 3rd down and about 13.5 for a first down. Birds need to get a stop. Out of his own end zone. He's going to be sacked for a safety. Oh, my goodness. How about that Ricebird defense?
Yeah, Knox Hillman was in there along with Caden Sims and others. And, boy, the pocket just collapsed down on Gilchrist. And that's going to be 2 points for the Ricebirds and the ball. 22-6 now. The Ricebirds leading. Boy, what a series by that Ricebird defense, aided by those two 5-yard penalties.
3rd safety in 365 days against the Helena Cougars. We had 2 last year against them, and the Birds pick up 1 tonight.
It's and the update on that Warren DeWitt game is 12-6 Warren now. So DeWitt has put some points on the board, and that's going to be a good game there to watch. 2 of our upcoming opponents here. DeWitt will be right here at Mosley Stadium in 2 weeks.
Yeah, sure will be. Battle of Arkansas County. We got a bird fight to go to before that, though.
We do. A long trip to CrossFit next week.
Longest trip of the year, at least for the regular season for the Ricebirds, will be coming up next week, taking on the CrossFit Eagles. CrossFit got a win earlier this season.
They did. CrossFit taking on Star City tonight, boy, and that's a Star City team that really, really has struggled this year.
They really have. They really, really have. All right, we're waiting now for the Helena Cougars to kick it, and it looks, is he going to punt it or is he going to place kick it? I still haven't decided.
I don't see a tee out there.
I don't either. This may be something they haven't practiced because they do look a little fuzzy about this. Now the Ricebirds are going to bring the return men up. They're back at their own 40. Yeah, it's a good punt.
It was.
It's going to be taken at about the 38-yard line on the far side, back across the 40, 45, midfield into Cougar territory.
Jeremiah Jackson on the return brings it down into Helena territory down to the 43. So great field position for the Ricebirds after they pick up 2 points on that safety. As they'll try to cash in again here. 8:04 left in the second quarter.
It's 8 o'clock, and you're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3 FM. We're part of the EAB Sports Network.
Speaking of Star City and Crossett, 7-0 Crossett leads in the second quarter.
There you go. Here come the Ricebirds with first down and 10 from the 43-yard line of Helena with 8:04 to go in the first half. Kane Price with a little receiver bunch on the right side. Moves them now to the left side. Empty backfield. Sends a man in motion on a little speed sweep pitch coming to the near side, and just not anything out there. Now here we got a flag coming in, so looks to me like we want to have a hold on this one as well. Taekwon Hall just could not get the corner and was tripped up for a loss. Let's see on the hold.
Yeah, somebody was trying to block out there, number 13, Tevin Calhoun, I believe. That's where the hold is. Just got a little bit too much of his jersey, I believe.
I think Jeremiah Jackson, because Jeremiah came up and looked like me.
Yeah, what? Yeah. Personal foul face mask on Helena, holding on Stuttgart. So it's going to, so they were all set.
Well, there you go. That was a lot to do about nothing there.
Yeah,
7:57 to go here in the first half. Stuttgart with a 22-6 lead. And come to the line. First down and 10. After all that, from the Helena 43-yard line. Hall lined up to the left to Price, the quarterback. Back to pass, going to air it out long, and he's got his man complete inside the 10-yard line on the reception, number 17, Caden Sims.
Yeah, Caden Sims had his man beat down the near side here, and Price just lobbed it out there to him perfectly, and the Ricebirds are down to the 6.
First down, goal to go. Caden Sims with a clutch reception there. He's had several on the season so far.
37 yards on that throw and catch.
Here come the Birds. First down, goal to go.
Caden Sims, one of the many weapons that Kane has at his disposal.
A little hard count from Kane. Fires it out, and he just a little short hops it out there on the far sideline. Didn't get quite enough under it.
No, that's a long throw to make. He was on the near hash mark and tried to throw it all the way out there to the numbers. Trying to set up just a little screen there for a QT, but the ball just short hopped on him.
Second down, goal to go again from the 7-yard line of the Helena Cougars. Ricebirds moving from the right to the left. Birds dressed in their all maroon. Cougars in all white with red helmets. Take, handoff. Taekwon Hall, he can walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Ricebirds.
Fantastic blocking on the right side of that Ricebird line. Boy, Taekwon Hall had a huge hole there, and he went into the end zone untouched. So the Ricebirds get that safety, get some fantastic field position, get one long pass, and then Taekwon Hall takes it into the end zone. The Ricebirds now with a 28-6 lead. Dawson McKelvey on for the PAT. Do not write it down.
I'm not going to write it down. No, I'm not. I'm going to call a play here. We got Bo Barnes snapping. Keaton Byers is the holder. And there's all kinds of movement on the line, and my guess is
on the defense.
It is on. How about that?
It's a preliminary signal. That's it.
Well, they blocked the last one. I thought, well, maybe they think they can do it again.
Yep.
So really nothing changes.
No, I don't think so. I think we're still going to kick it.
From the same spot. Well,
maybe not. No,
he's going. So. He's actually Dawson's going to move it up. No,
he's going for the offense out there now.
Gets a little closer, so.
Yeah. Especially with Helena being on that 6, it's already 28-6.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You try to pick up a couple extra points here if you can.
So the Ricebirds bring the offense back out. Trey McKinney on that left guard position.
The clock is winding down, and we got it all.
But they hurried it.
Yeah.
Intended for Hayden Prine. Hayden never turned around.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. And again, I think Coach Price may be a little frustrated with his kick team for not getting the signal, getting off as quick as they did.
Yeah, well, I might have taken the time out there,
Exactly.
We got 3 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Second quarter, try to get it right and try to get those 2 points.
Exactly. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3 FM, part of the EAB Sports Network.
We're able to bring you Stuttgart Ricebird football every Friday night thanks to our great sponsors like Arkansas Senator Ronald Caldwell. Senator Caldwell is a strong supporter of high school athletics and believes in its power to develop our young men and women. Senator Caldwell proudly serves District 10, which includes Arkansas, Jackson, Cross, St. Francis, Lee, Monroe, Woodruff, Prairie, Poinsett, and Lone Oak counties. Senator Ronald Caldwell, proud sponsor of Stuttgart Ricebird football.
Since our founding in 1945, Farmers and Merchants Bank has held strong to our commitment to innovation, community investment, and personalized service. Over the past 80 years, we have worked alongside Arkansas entrepreneurs to help our neighbors start, grow, and streamline their businesses with hometown lending experts in the latest in modern financial solutions. Farmers and Merchants Bank, in your corner in our community, helping your business succeed every step of the way. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ricebirds kick off to Helena, and it gets returned back to the 26-yard line. Jacob Eagle on the stop for the Ricebirds. On the return for Helena was number 8, M.J. Gibson. Helena Cougars will have it now, 1st down and 10 at their own 26-yard line, trailing the Stuttgart Ricebirds 28-6 with 7:19 to go here in the first half. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. We're glad to have you join us for Ricebird football on this homecoming Friday night. Gilcrease, the quarterback, takes a snap, back to pass, fires across the middle, and was leading his man, M.J. Gibson, and M.J. just couldn't quite stretch out far enough to get his hands on that one. And again, it was a bullet that Gilcrease threw.
Yeah, I don't think Gibson that time turned in his route quite as much as the quarterback thought. He kept going down the field, and the pass was just a little too far out in front of him. So I'll bring up 2nd down, 10.
Cougars taking a lot of time, looking to the sideline. On 2nd down and 10 from their own 26. Gilcrease takes a snap, hands to the back in the backfield, and gets a little bit of a seam over that left guard. Gets up there and knocks Hillman.
I think the play was blown
dead.
False start. I didn't see a flag. But I heard the whistle, but the flag was over here in front of the Ricebird bench. So that's going to cost them 5.
Well, that's why he had that gap on that right side of that line. Knox was there, though, by golly. He was not going to let him get any further. Back him up 5, 2nd down and 15 for the Cougars. From the far hash mark, moving from the left to the right, headed towards Lennox, headed south. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Claps his hands for the ball, takes a snap, rolls to his right now. Now he continues to roll, and now he's going to air it out. And intended receiver number 2, R.J. Eaton, but boy, perfectly timed out there by the Ricebirds defense.
Yeah, Keaton Byers came up from behind that time and just got a hand in there, knocked down the pass as Gilcrease rolled out and tried to find the receiver late, but a fantastic play by Byers. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And again, Brent, I thought some running room there for Gilcrease. He's just not using those legs. No, he's just not using those legs. He sure got an arm, though. 3rd down and 15 for the Cougars. Again, the line of scrimmage is their own 21-yard line. 3 wide outs to the right. Back to pass. Airing this one out long. Good coverage by the Ricebirds out there, and it bounces off the intended receiver, and right there for the Ricebirds to make sure he doesn't make the catch, I believe, was Hogan.
Yeah, yes, it was Brylan Hogan that time. He ran the route better than the Cougars wide receiver did, and he had a chance for it. and I believe the Cougar receiver might have got a hand in there and stopped him from catching that ball.
Because it bounced up, and I thought he had a good shot at it, but falls incomplete. 4th down and 15 now, and once again coming on to punt, James Strickland for Helena. He's going to be standing back at his own 10-yard line awaiting a snap.
Riceburn's going for the block. Nobody back deep,
and he mishandles it. Yeah, he mishandles it. The ball is still loose, and it's going to be recovered at the 1-foot line.
Yes, it is. Yes, that is the signal. Wow. So the Ricebird saw something last time with Strickland that he was a little slow getting it off, and it wasn't a good snap, and he bobbled it, and boy, the Ricebirds just collapsed on top of him, and then the ball came loose, and then the ball was marked dead at the 1-yard line. So boy, you couldn't have drawn it up much better than that.
That's right. I thought it went into the end zone from our vantage point here, and
I thought it did too.
And I thought, well, maybe they're going to call it a safety. The official first threw his arms up. I thought, well, he's going to call that a safety. But Ricebirds recover. They've gotten it at the 1-foot line. 1st down and goal to go. Here come the Birds. Kane Price is going to just tuck it, keep it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ricebirds. It doesn't get any easier than that.
1 yard off the play fake, and Kane takes it into the end zone for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. And just that quickly, the Ricebirds are up to a 34-6 lead. We still have 6 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. The Ricebirds have put a bunch of points on the board in a hurry here in the 2nd quarter.
Dawson McKelvey is on to attempt the extra point. Keaton Byers is the holder. Bo Barnes is the snapper. Birds have had one block tonight, but not that one. That one is going to hit the new Ricebird Arena. Dawson McKelvey puts his foot into it and sets it sail. Ricebirds lead 35-6 over the Helena Cougars, and we're back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
We're Pearson Company, and we can build you the pre-engineered steel building you need with features to reduce energy and maintenance costs, yet custom designed exactly to your requirements without added cost or extra time. Whether it's a complete turnkey project for your office or a factory or a warehouse, Pearson Company offers you more for your building dollar. With over 30 years of time-tested experience and professional service, you can count on Pearson Company. Pearson Company, 209 North Burkle in Stuttgart. Call 673-6984.
And we welcome you back to Stuttgart Ricebird football, powered by Petrus Auto Group. Check them out online, petrusgm.com for Chevrolets and GMCs, and petrusautosales.com for Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You'll see photos, specifications, and the lowest price, all right at your fingertips on their website. Petrus Auto Group, powering Ricebird football. And now we've got some strange things going on out here.
The Birds tried an onside kick. I don't think they got it. There are flags in, but I think the Ricebirds might have touched it early. I think it could be illegal touching there that time. Dawson just tried to kick it as slow as he could there and took in behind the ball to fall on it, but I don't think it worked for the Ricebirds. So let's see what it's going to be here. I think it's going to be either a re-kick or Helena is going to get the ball right there. I believe. I mean, I would take it right there.
Sure.
Yep. Illegal touching by the Ricebirds. Yeah, so it's.
1st down and 10 for the Helena Cougars, just inside Ricebird territory.
I guess if you're going to try that, this might be the time to try it because nobody would have been looking for it, that's for sure. But Rice were just unable to come away with the ball and got on it just a little bit too early.
Well, good practice anyway.
That's right.
1st down and 10 for the Cougars. If they'll finally set the ball down, they do in that big maroon and white S right in the center of the field at the Stuttgart 47-yard line. Here come the Cougars. 1st down and 10. Gilcrease, the quarterback. Shotgun formation. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Takes hands off the back of the backfield and knocks. Hillman is all over the ball carrier, Jeremiah Willits.
Yeah, you know, he has come through there several times unblocked. You know, one of the Cougars might need to find him.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Boy, he has been in the backfield on 2 or 3 different plays, and boy, he does not miss the tackle when he gets in there.
You know, I don't know. Maybe that broken bone in his hand has given him some superpowers or something, because I'm telling you what, he's a man possessed. That's a couple of tackles for loss here tonight. And this backs the ball by a yard back up into Helena territory at their own 49-yard line. Got to get to the Stuttgart 37 for a first down. Gilchrist takes a snap, a couple of steps back. Now he's being chased out of the pocket. Look at the room he's got. Oh, my goodness. Now he maybe he heard me. But now he finally takes off, and I'm thinking to myself, goodness gracious.
Yeah. He finally did. Then he takes it out of bounds right at about the 36, 37-yard line.
Which is enough for a first down.
Yep.
Move the sticks. Well, now they're setting it. They've already moved the chains. They're setting it at 37, and I think he had to get to the 36 for a first down. Doesn't matter. It's first down and 10. Yeah. But the guy came in and set the ball down back a yard. Here we go. First down and 10 for the Cougars. Ball's on the near hash mark in front of Brent and I's broadcast position. Takes a snap, back to pass. Look, just a rifle shot across the middle, complete at the 25, 20, 15-yard line, and down inside the 15-yard line. Nice catch.
That's, I think it's number 9, Pippen. He's going to take it 22 yards inside the Ricebird 15.
From the 14-yard line, first down and 10 for the Helena Cougars. 5:37 to go here in the first half. Stuttgart with a 35-6 lead over Helena in this 8-4A conference opener for both of these two teams. Just the second home game of the season for the Stuttgart Ricebirds. Last one was 4 weeks ago. Here's a little misdirection on the inside, and getting inside the 10-yard line goes number 34, Kevion Brown.
Yeah, Brown is going to fall forward every time you tackle him.
Yes, he is.
He's got a head of steam going, and he is tough to tackle.
He is. He was impressive to Coach Price on the coaching show. He had high praise for him. Second down, 4 coming up with 4:50 to go here in the first half. Helena with the ball in the Ricebird red zone. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Gilchrist calls for it, takes, keeps it over the right side. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Helena. Gilchrist takes it. The final 4 yards, and excuse me, that wasn't 4 yards.
It was 9 yards.
9 yards.
9 yards. 9 yards for the touchdown. Gilchrist takes it around the right side. Helena has their second touchdown of the night with 4:35 left. They will line up to go for the 2-point conversion when the Ricebirds currently holding a 35-12 lead. Let's see what Coach Smith can draw up here for a 2-point conversion. That play clock is down at 8. They're going to struggle to get this one off. They might do it.
Sends a man in motion. Takes it, gets a snap off, fires, got his man complete. 2-point conversion is good. On the reception is number 9, Maurice Pippen, 150-pound, 5'6", 11th grader. And that gives the Ricebirds a 3-touchdown lead as they lead 35-14 over the Helena Cougars here. Let's take another quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird Football on Country 97.3 FM. We're part of the EAB Sports Network.
Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 43 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeyer's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now, Freemeyer's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeyer's at 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
And proud sponsor of the Ricebirds pregame show each and every Friday night. That's Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus. Helena has just scored to cut the Ricebird lead 35-14 with 4:35 to go. Here's a sky kick on a kickoff. Ricebirds are going to take it at about the 26, coming to the near sideline, trying to get the corner. Just not going to outrun. And there's another late hit out of bounds. Yeah. On the return for the Ricebirds was number 17, Caden Sims, and Martavius Pirtle slung him down well out of bounds, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the end of this run here.
Yeah, he had him wrapped up inbound, but didn't let go of him and kind of drug him down to the ground when they were well out of bounds.
And the official standing right there, so that's going to give Ricebirds 15 yards, and again, plenty of time. 4 minutes, 29 seconds to go here in the first half. And the Birds with a 35-14 lead.
Yeah, for all of our mixed extra points, safeties, and 2-point conversions and all that going on tonight, we're back at 35-14.
That's right.
Additional score here.
Yeah, Ricebirds with a 3-touchdown lead. And the Birds are going to have good field position at their own 49-yard line. First down and 10 from the near hash mark. Here come the Ricebirds. Now Kane Price stands up and takes a couple steps back, says something to the gentleman in the white hat. Having a nice little conversation there. He's going to be flanked there by number 11. Jeremiah Thomas is going to be lined up to his right. 3 wide outs to the right, which is the wide side of the field. Jamarion Horde lined up here on the near side. He's going to hand off into the line and going to be hit right at the midfield stripe. Gain of 1 on the play for Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas slipped right when he tried to make a little cut there, and there was a Cougar standing right there, so only a short gain on first down. 4:13 left. The Ricebirds with all 3 timeouts remaining.
Dylan Scobie was there along with Dagan Duncan providing a little interference for him. Here we go now. Second down 9 from the midfield stripe. Price takes, fakes, fires across the middle. Oh, he fired a bullet out there for number 4, Jamarion Horde. Just a little bit too much heat on that. And good coverage, too, by the Cougars.
Yeah, it was real good coverage on a quick slant that time. And nothing going for the Birds. And quickly, 3rd down and 9 here for the Birds. They need to convert this first down here to keep that clock rolling and keep the chains moving here.
4 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Price, empty backfield, standing at his own 45, awaiting a snap. Calls for the ball, and there's a penalty marker. And
yep, I believe that was Jeremiah Jackson. Just flinched a little early there.
That'll back the Birds up back into their own territory, back to the 46-yard line. Mark it at the 45, rather. It's going to bring up now 3rd down and 14 for the Ricebirds from their own 45-yard line. Birds like to keep the drive alive. Price back to pass, looking now. He's got all kinds of room on this near side. Midfield, 45-40, 35-30, 25, and out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Here comes a penalty marker in late.
Well, I didn't see anybody. There was
nobody else there to block. I don't know.
Yeah, there was nobody making any kind of contact there at all. Nobody was even blocking down there.
Now QT is throwing his hands up like maybe they thought he did something, but boy, I sure didn't see anything.
It's going to be a first down.
Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is.
Kane had all kind of real estate there and picked up about 25 yards on the play. It's going to be a block in the back.
And those of you watching on our EAB Sports Network Stuttgart Ricebirds YouTube channel might want to rewind that and see if you can.
Yeah, I mean, we might have missed something.
We may have. We may have, but
it is going to be a first down.
It is. Ricebirds will have the ball. First down and 10 at the Helena 35-yard line on the near hash mark. 3:42 to go here in the first half. Ricebirds lead 35-14. Would love to add to that here before the half.
Yep, plenty of time for this Westbird offense. They can score in a hurry.
Number 59, Christian Henson, the center, down over the ball. Price awaiting the snap. Takes it. Fakes it. Keeps it himself. Goes around the left side. Sees there's nothing there. And very wisely goes down. He was staring at number 74, Jamad Risper, who is 6'4", 310 pounds. He did exactly what I would do.
Yeah, and that 310 pounds might be generous.
That's right.
He might be a little bit bigger than that. He is a big gentleman.
He is punishing that jersey is all I can tell you. That 7 and that 4 have got about all the threads there that stretched out that you could imagine. Here we go. Second down and 12. Back to pass. Dumps it across the middle. And it is complete, and he's going to be slung forward for an extra 3 yards.
Yeah, it is. He's going to end up picking up about 5. That was Jeremiah Thomas on the catch. Tried to set up a screen pass, but a pretty good job by the Cougar defense that time of recognizing that. But they just slung Jeremiah forward for an extra 2 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Well, 6 here.
Yeah, four down territory for the Rice Birds, I'm certain. Wideouts on each side. Backs flanking the quarterback, Price. Thomas, along with Taekwon Hall, send Hall in motion. Price is going to keep it himself, trying to get the corner on the right side. He's going to be slung down for a loss back at the 40-yard line. This is going to be a loss of about 8 yards.
That looked like a quarterback run
all the way.
All the way, yeah.
I agree. Good pursuit. That defense, again, we've said this all night long, but that is some quickness both on offense and defense for the Helena Cougars.
Maybe the Rice were there. We're just trying to pick up, 4 or 5 yards and maybe get a, 4th and short that time. But, boy, it did not work out that way. Let's bring up 4th down and about 14 here with a minute 45 left to go.
Rice Birds going to go for it. A little too far for a field goal and a little too short for a punt. Now they're going to wait and let the play clock go down, and timeout Rice Birds. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Stuttgart Rice Bird Football on Country 97.3 FM, part of the EAB Sports Network.
Great coaches know that success on the field takes more than just athletic ability. It takes a winning strategy. And at Southern Bancorp, we believe the same applies to banking. Whether you need competitive rates on loans and accounts to keep you in the game, or financial tools like credit counseling and homebuyer education to move the ball down the field, we can help. Visit banksouthern.com today and let's build your winning strategy. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back to Stuttgart Rice Bird Football, powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. Don't forget, 2 locations for new vehicles, Chevrolet and GMC on 19th and Main, and out across from Max Prairie Wing for Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. And don't forget about Japco on 13th and Park Avenue. Great source for trailers or maybe a new deer stand. How about some deer feeders? You can get it all at Japco, part of the Petrus Auto Group. Kane Price, and he tries to get away, and it's not going to be able to get the first down. He gets a few yards inside the 35-yard line, but not going to be enough in the ball. Rice Birds are going to turn it over on downs with a minute 20 to go here in the first half. Rice Birds leading 35-14.
Yeah, pretty good pressure coming through there that time from the Cougars, and Kane just tried to tuck it and run. And, boy, if he could have got away from that initial tackle there, I think he picked up the first down, but just couldn't get away.
Working through some technical difficulties. I apologize for that. First down and 10 for the Helena Cougars from their own 32-yard line. Gilcrease back to pass. Looking now, getting a little pressure and runs into his own man. Now he's going to throw the ball out of bounds. And incomplete, so it's going to bring up now 2nd down 10. Stops the clock with a minute 12 to go here in the first half.
2 timeouts left for Stuttgart here, so if they could come up with a stop here, they might have a little bit of time left. Maybe get a turnover here.
Rice Birds with 2 timeouts. Helena, of course, they've been out of timeout since the middle of the first quarter.
Yeah, they sure have.
Helena's going to send 3 wideouts to the right side, 2 to the left side, empty backfield. Gilcrease standing at his own 26, takes a snap, back to pass, looks, fires, and nice play defensively by number 14, Jordan Miner for the Rice Birds.
Yeah, that was a textbook play that time.
Yes,
fantastic coverage. He reached around with his left hand and knocked down the ball. 3rd down and long. A great play.
And a good pass, too. And, of course, a very capable receiver in R.J. Eaton, number 2. But, boy, great play defensively by the Rice Birds. Going to bring up now 3rd down 10. Of course, clock stops, as you mentioned, Brent, with the incompletion. So, Rice Birds a chance now. They get a stop here, maybe get the ball back with another chance to put some points on the board before half. Beautiful night here at Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. Homecoming. Gilcrease Back to pass. Fuchs fires. Got a man out in the flats. Complete. Ricebird's going to bring him down well short of a first down. And timeout, Stuttgart. Coach Price jumps in there, calls timeout real quick. It's going to bring up now 4th down and long for the Helena Cougars. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout with your Stuttgart Ricebirds. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird Football on Country 97.3 FM, part of the EAB Sports Network.
Time for an oil change? What about a new battery? Harry's Rapid Lube in Stuttgart has you covered. At Harry's Rapid Lube, they have GM Dexos certified oil, along with quality Pennzoil, and they can change your air filter and windshield wipers, and even replace your rundown battery with an interstate battery. You don't need an appointment. Just drive in. For quality service, for quality people, see Harry's Rapid Lube at 2208 South Timber in Stuttgart, or phone 672-7200. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And we welcome you back to Stuttgart Ricebird Football, powered by Petrus Auto Group in Stuttgart. Minute 1 to go here in the first half. The Stuttgart Ricebirds have just got a big stop on the Helena Cougars, bringing up 4th down now and 6.
It wouldn't shock me if they went for it here. But their punting game is not very good.
It's not. And I do not see a punter coming on unless...
Well, yeah, they got
a different punter.
Yeah, they do. They got number 5. He's a kickoff man. Payne.
Princeton Payne.
The Ricebirds don't have anybody back deep, though. And they blocked it.
They block it into the line, and there's a scramble for the ball. And the Ricebirds will have great field position.
Yeah, I didn't see who got through there for the Ricebird, but Payne wasn't very far back. He was just going to try a little pooch kick, but there were several Ricebirds in there, and they got a block, and the Ricebirds are right back where they were 4 plays ago with 55 seconds left. One time out here. They're at the Cougar 37, so plenty of time for the Birds to get something on the board.
Birds are going to send QT Johnson wide right. He's going to be out by the numbers on the right side. Hayden Prine is split wide to the right as well. 2 wide outs to the left. Ball's in the center of the field. Kane Price, shotgun formation. Calls for the ball, takes it, hands off, into the line, running room. Breaking a tackle, breaking another tackle on the carry, Jeremiah Thomas.
Ball comes out late, but they called him down. The Ricebirds need to hurry and get up there. He didn't pick up the first down. The clock is rolling.
39 seconds. And the Birds look a little disheveled.
Yep. Now they stopped it now just to get the ball back because one of the Cougars picked up the would-be fumble and took it down the field.
39 seconds to go. Now the official starts the clock. Here come the Birds. Price takes a snap, starts rolling to his right, getting a lot of pressure. Now cuts back to his left, still getting a lot of pressure. Sidesteps one defender and tries to get out of bounds and does not.
No, but he's going to pick up the first down.
The Birds are going to use their final timeout.
Yeah, but he definitely should have ran out of bounds there. He tried to pick up a couple extra yards, but he definitely could have got out of bounds there.
Ricebirds use their final timeout. We'll keep it right here, working on some sound problems, and apologize for that for our listeners. Still not clear. All right, we're going to
26 seconds left.
Let's bump that up just a little bit. Let's try that.
All right. Ricebirds just called their last timeout. They have first down and 10 at the Helena 23-yard line. So the Birds are going to need a sense of urgency here. Going to need to get a first down or get out of bounds if they can to get this clock stopped.
All right. Apologize for the little delay in the airtime there as we're working on some
microphone issues.
Yeah. Here come the Ricebirds now. First down and 10 from the 23-yard line of the Helena Cougars. Birds need probably half of that to get in good field goal range. Going to fire toward the end zone. Got a man, and it is complete. Touchdown, Ricebirds!
Jeremiah Jackson, 23 yards, and I'm not sure if Jackson came out of the backfield maybe, but it looked like he was almost on a wheel route that time, and boy, he ran right behind the defense, and they didn't pick him up, and Kane laid it right out there for him, so the Ricebirds pick up pick up a quick score here right before halftime to push their lead to 41-14.
Dawson McKelvey on to attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Keaton Byers. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds stretch their lead 42-14 over the Helena Cougars. We're back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Petrus Auto Sales in Stuttgart has the best selection of new Ford trucks and SUVs that we've had in years, including some of the hottest products like the Maverick truck with mileage up around 40 miles per gallon. And on the other end of the lot, we've got Ford F-250 Super Duties from the base XL trim all the way up to the King Ranch. And in between, we've got Explorers, Expedition, Broncos, and more, and all are priced to sell, all with that great hometown service after the sale. See us today. That's Petrus Auto Sales, your Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer on the Grand Prairie, out across from Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart.
And we welcome you back to homecoming Friday night here on the Grand Prairie as the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Helena Cougars 42-14 with 19 seconds to go here in the first half. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. We're sure glad to have you joining us here for Ricebird football, both on Country 97.3 FM and also on our EAB Sports Network Stuttgart Ricebirds YouTube channel. Dawson McKelvey puts his foot into it, end over end kick, and it's going to
just barely get out of bounds.
Just barely rolls out of bounds at the 18-yard line, but that'll move the ball back out. And Helena, with 19 seconds, will see what they can do with no timeouts.
A lot of points, a lot of penalties, a lot of passing in this game. It's been a long first half.
It has been a long first half, you bet.
I got a couple scores here, a couple halftime scores. Warren leads DeWitt 14-6, and Crossett leads Star City 7-0. So a battle in Star City tonight.
Both of them halftime scores.
Yep.
Other games going on tonight is Monticello at Hamburg, and that ought to be an interesting game.
Yes it is. I will try to catch up on that score at halftime here.
Here come the Helena Cougars, 19 seconds to go. They've got, in the first half, they've got first down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Gilcrease, the quarterback, takes, he hands off into the line, and Ricebirds are right there. Nothing doing for the ball carrier, Kevon Brown, number 34. Bo Barnes, Brent, Bo Barnes getting up off the bottom of that pile.
Yeah, Bo Barnes, Caden Sims right on top of Brown. You got to get him before he gets going good, and that's going to be halftime.
That's it. We got one in the books. The Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Helena Cougars after the first half, 42-14. We'll be back with the Southern Bancorp halftime show. We'll have halftime stats. We'll have performance by the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band and more. We've got all that. We'll get started in 6 minutes.
Medicare open enrollment begins October 15th. This is Kelsey Konechny with Konechny Insurance, and we are here to help you with your Medicare coverage needs. We can help you with prescription drug plans, Medicare supplements, and Advantage plans. We are your local hometown insurance agents that will give you the personal attention you deserve. Call us at 870-673-9249. Konechny Insurance, 102 West 7th Street in Stuttgart.
Did you know that since 1907, Lane has been providing water services to cities, industries, and farmers, not just in the Grand Prairie area, but all across the state. Lane provides pump sales and installation, constructs and designs water wells, and installs underground pipes. Lane also has an in-house machine shop, which is prepared to service and repair all brands and sizes of pumps, gear drives, and motors, along with the complete parts department open to the public. For all your water needs, contact Lane first at 2015 South Main in Stuttgart, or call 870-673-1591.
When it comes to harvest season, you're no stranger to long hours, which is why your Case IH and Kubota dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement in Stuttgart, is extending their parts and service hours to help you be ready during this crucial time of year. Trust factory-trained technicians to provide knowledgeable expertise and quick turnaround times. Ask Progressive Tractor and Implement about their next-day parts availability and count on their professionals to help ensure that your equipment stays up and running all day or all night for maximum production and bushels. Contact your local Case IH and Kubota dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement, for more information.
Like you, Stedman's Ace Hardware is passionate about their community. They support the Lions Club, Fight Like a Kid, and numerous other organizations, including youth, high school, and adult sports programs. Whether helping their neighbors or helping their customers, Stedman's Ace Hardware truly is the helpful place. Shop Weber Grills, Blackstone Griddles, Traeger Pellet Grills and Pellets, and more, and get all the help you need at Stedman's Ace Hardware, 110 South College in downtown Stuttgart. Stedman's Ace Hardware, the helpful place.
Hi, this is Jennifer Smith from Wilkerson Jewelers. The real value in any jewelry is the sentimental connection that you have to the pieces you own. The beautiful earrings your grandparents gave you when you graduated. The amazing engagement ring your fiancé surprised you with. The watch your company presented you with when you retired from your job. For over 50 years, Wilkerson's has been a part of those special moments. And we love that we get to be a small part of some of the most important experiences of your lives. No matter what your budget, come in to shop or check us out online at wilkersonjewelers.com. Easy financing and layaway are available. At Wilkerson Jewelers in beautiful downtown Stuttgart, we want to build memories with you.
Muck boots are ready to take on any job while keeping you protected. And you'll find original Muck boots at U.S. Irrigation Distributors in Stuttgart and DeWitt, along with comfortable, stylish, and tough Twisted X footwear. Check out these two great lines of boots and shoes, including 100% weatherproof designs today at U.S. Irrigation. Original Muck boots and Twisted X footwear. U.S. Irrigation Distributors, Highway 165 north of Stuttgart and in DeWitt at 550 Highway 165 north. Call 673-2830 or 946-4116.
Farmers, Pico Foods sends best wishes to you for a successful harvest and reminds you that they're now booking corn and milo. Pico Foods is a fourth-generation family-owned business and now the 7th largest poultry producer in the U.S. They buy direct from local producers at always competitive prices because Pico believes in supporting their own agricultural community. Call today. In Arkansas and Missouri, call David Durham, James Chester, or Jeff Weaver, 870-202-7101. In Alabama and Mississippi, call Andrew Parker or John Taylor Hickman, 601-670-9383.
Running a business means finding the right people, and that's where Express Employment Professionals comes in. Whether you need full-time, part-time, or seasonal employees, Express has you covered. From office staff to skilled trades, Express matches the right talent to your needs quickly and efficiently. With offices in Stuttgart, Wynne, Helena, and Pine Bluff, they're ready to support your business no matter the size. And if you're looking for a job, Express is here for you too. For more information or to apply, call 870-672-4568 or visit expresspros.com. Express Employment Professionals, your staffing solution.
Are you ready for a fall extravaganza like no other? Well, good news. Max Prairie Wings is back with the biggest event of the season. It's the Max Prairie Wings Annual Fall Fest, October 2nd through October 5th. For 4 days only, take advantage of 10.5% off savings on top of sale pricing both in-store and online at maxpw.com. Guns, ammo, bows, waders, decoys, clothing, and more. And with the purchase of over $50, we'll even ship it to you for free. Max Prairie Wings Fall Fest, your one-stop shop for savings on all things outdoor.
We're able to bring you Stuttgart Ricebird football every Friday night thanks to our great sponsors like Arkansas Senator Ronald Caldwell. Senator Caldwell is a strong supporter of high school athletics and believes in its power to develop our young men and women. Senator Caldwell proudly serves District 10, which includes Arkansas, Jackson, Cross, St. Francis, Lee, Monroe, Woodruff, Prairie, Poinsett, and Lone Oak counties. Senator Ronald Caldwell, proud sponsor of Stuttgart Ricebird football.
Fall is in full swing at Cougar Hampton, and there's something new around every corner. Shop autumn-scented candles, immune support, and the best customer service in town. We're open at 218 South Main Street in downtown Stuttgart. Call, text, or FaceTime the gift shop at 870-659-0777. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
When it comes to harvest season, you're no stranger to long hours, which is why your Case IH and Kubota dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement in Stuttgart, is extending their parts and service hours to help you be ready during this crucial time of year. Trust factory-trained technicians to provide knowledgeable expertise and quick turnaround times. Ask Progressive Tractor and Implement about their next-day parts availability and count on their professionals to help ensure that your equipment stays up and running all day or all night for maximum production and bushels. Contact your local Case IH and Kubota dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement, for more information.
We welcome you to the Southern Bancorp Halftime Show, coming to you tonight from Ned Mosley Stadium on the campus of Stuttgart High School in Stuttgart, Arkansas. It's homecoming here on the Grand Prairie, and it has been a festive week. It's been a fun week, and all of the teachers and students in the schools have had a blast. And, of course, there's lots of class reunions, over 12, I understand, that are going to be taking place this weekend as well. So a lot going on in and around Stuttgart, and it has been, again, a fun time. And so far in the first half of the homecoming football game, it's been a pretty fun time for the Stuttgart Ricebirds as they lead the Helena Cougars by a score of 42-14. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. And Brent, it's been an interesting first half, but you said it best. It's been a long first half with all the passing and penalties.
Yeah, a lot of points on the board, 42-14, a lot of penalties, and passing stops the clock. And, it was a long first half. It was a good first half, but and an entertaining first half for all of these Stuttgart fans. And what a great crowd we have here on the home side, Lynn. And, I mentioned to you, I think during the time I looked at the crowd up in the Ricebird Arena in that little suite in the end zone, it is packed in there.
It is. And, of course, I may be wrong, but I heard them say when they first opened and we were getting the tours of that it had been already sold out, I think, for all of the home games.
All 4 games.
Very possibly that could be a class reunion,
right.
but I'm not sure of that.
Yeah.
But I do know there will be class reunions going on all over the area. A lot of the duck clubs and so forth are hosting those.
Yep.
I think the Museum of the Grand Prairie also. So fun, festive time here on the Grand Prairie.
Yeah, and it's also nice for some of the people who probably haven't been back to Stuttgart in a while just to see all of the changes here.
Oh, exactly. I was really hoping they'd turn the lights on the ball fields.
Yeah.
But of course, I know that gets expensive to run the lights on that. But it is impressive at night. There's no doubt about that. Great facilities here in Stuttgart. A lot to be proud of for Ricebird Nation, and I know that our listeners certainly are. Ricebirds again with a lead here at the half, 42-14. This might possibly, at least for the foreseeable future, be the last time these two teams play. And kind of a sad situation because outside of DeWitt, Helena is Stuttgart's most common opponent going all the way back to 1934.
Yeah. We talked about that some in the pregame. I can always remember Helena being on the schedule and seeing the old schedule from the 60s and the 70s. It was always Helena on the schedule. But they will be dropping down to 3A, and Watson Chapel will be taking their place. So a much shorter road trip for us. But Watson Chapel used to be in our conference. They've been in and out of our conference through the years as well.
Well, I mean, I can remember, this was before Field Turf Field, but I can remember playing Watson Chapel. I think it was a playoff game, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a semifinal or quarterfinal game right here. Boy, I mean, a barn burner.
Yeah.
There's always been some good games between the Ricebirds and the Watson Chapel Wildcats, and we'll see if that we can get that rekindled.
You're talking about maybe early 2000s?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. I mean, that was a game, if I remember right, it was kind of back and forth.
It was.
And the Ricebirds took a lead late, and then we gave the ball to Taylor Helms about 10 times in a row.
Yeah.
and he would pick up 6, 7, 8 yards of carry, and they couldn't bring him down, and then we scored again later, something like that. But I think that was a semifinal game in 2002.
It was important.
Too,
and best I remember too, Brent, it was. People were fences all the way around.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Half of Jefferson County here and all of Arkansas County.
Yep.
And it was, no doubt, it was exciting time. So good chance there'll be some exciting games will take place between the Ricebirds and the Watson Chapel Wildcats coming forward as well. Watson Chapel dropping down in classification from 5A to 4A, and at the same time, of course, as you mentioned, Brent, Helena falling from 4A down to 3A. And it hadn't been all that many years ago. Of course, time gets by me, but I remember Helena was a larger classification than we were. I mean, of course, Phillips County, that was really bustling, and unfortunately, times have not been kind to that area of the state over there, and they have lost so much population, and plus a lot of private schools over there too have taken away a lot of the students as well. Of course, they got Barton right down the road too.
Yeah, they do. Lynn, I just got word here that the class of 95 is in the hospitality suite tonight.
Ah, there we go. Well, welcome, class of 95. If you've got it on the live stream, we appreciate you guys and hope you have a good time this weekend as well. Folks that are watching on our EAB YouTube channel are about to see the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band. And I mentioned this in the pregame, Brent. This is their 6th performance of the day.
Well, yeah.
they have started,
they've had
including marching down Main Street.
They don't have anything tomorrow, do they?
I don't know. They may be.
I would hope not.
There could be a marching assistant, though. I mean,
there could be.
Doubt. This is a resilient bunch, and I'm telling you what, they're a fantastic group, and very, very proud of them, and loved seeing their enthusiasm today when they loaded up on those buses, loaded all that equipment up, drove to the Meekins Middle School, then drove to Park Avenue, unloaded all that stuff.
That's a work. It's a lot of work.
Performed, and then loaded it all back up and took off again. A lot of work, and I didn't see any size or anybody that were put out with having to do that. It was a fun time. And
well, they did get out of school today.
Well, that's true.
To do that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So that's one plus for that.
That is one plus, and plus it was a comfortable day.
Right.
It wasn't
perfect
hot.
weather. Yeah.
And they were earlier today. Of course, they were in their what I would call their casual uniforms,
right.
Their T-shirts and shorts and things like that. And of course, they're in full regalia tonight, and as they were this afternoon, marching down Main Street with their sharp uniforms that are maroon and white with the black slacks. Getting the percussion instruments setting up here on the near sideline, and just as soon as they start going, we're going to let you hear the sounds of the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band to go along with the sights. So I'm going to get our microphone prepared, and I've got one that we'll put outside, and they are ready to go. So enjoy the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band. You're listening to the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band at halftime of Homecoming 2025. You're listening to the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band. Continue to have some audio difficulties. Apologize for that, so bear with us. And that's the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band as they get ready to conclude their performance here tonight. Apologize for some audio technical issues here during the evening so far. And the cheerleaders are going to join the Ricebird Marching Band. Fight zone.
Today we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our administration, school board of directors, our local band organization, and you, our audience, for your awesome support. And the following sponsors: Natalie Greer Wills, Southland Transport Services, Cyber Electric, Systems, Ace Hardware, James Bennett, Cougars and Jewelers, South Carolina, and Electric Allen, Tennessee, Sherwin, Sports, Salute, East Arkansas, Nike, and Service. Here's a guy today with Jerry Reed, Malcolm Smith, Bill, James Reed with Navigation Strategies,
by the quarterback, KJ Gilchrist. He has 4 carries for 34 yards. And Kevon Brown has 8 carries for 30 yards. That's 69 yards on the ground for Helena. Through the air, KJ Gilchrist, 9 out of 21, 162 yards, 1 interception. They are led receiving by MJ Gibson, 4 catches for 80 yards. 69 on the ground, 162 through the air, 231 total yards for Helena. For the Ricebirds, Taekwon Hall, 6 carries, 97 yards. Jeremiah Thomas, 4 carries for 25 yards. Kane Price has 8 carries for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Through the air, Kane is 6 out of 14, 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. QT Johnson, 1 catch for 53. Jamarion Horde, 1 for 25. Jeremiah Jackson, 1 for 23. Jeremiah Thomas has 2 for 13. Caden Sims has 1 catch for 37 yards. 126 on the ground, 151 through the air, 277 total yards for the Ricebirds, and they have been aided a couple times by a short field, and the Ricebirds have done a good job of taking those balls into the end zone here to pad their lead, which is now out to 42-14.
And with Ricebirds, we'll have to kick to start the second half. Hopefully they can hold Helena and put some more points on the board, and we can
keep that clock rolling.
That's
yeah, because I was looking for some scores here at halftime, and there are several games around the state in the fourth quarter already.
Yeah, I don't doubt. I don't doubt.
Yeah, and here we are still halftime. DeWitt had just scored to cut the lead to 21-18 at Warren, but Warren quickly comes back and answers to push their lead back up to 28-18 now, and that game is in the third quarter. Still no update from Monticello and Hamburg, and the last score I had at Star City was Crosset 7, Star City nothing. We're about a minute away here from the start of the second half. So, yeah, as you mentioned, Ricebirds come away here with the stop and put up 7 on the board. We could get that sportsmanship rule going and that clock rolling, and that would really, really speed up that second half here.
No question about that. Appreciate you listening to the Southern Bancorp Halftime Show. Southern Bancorp for wealth builders for everyone. Of course, located in both Stuttgart and for our friends in DeWitt, location down there as well. Southern Bancorp, sponsors of our halftime show each and every Friday night. Just about a half a minute to go here before we're going to load the field up, and we'll get it on. So we'll hang on here, and I want to say a special word of thanks again to Park Avenue Missionary Baptist Church. They fed the team and the cheerleaders their pregame meal today. Also, Brent, want to mention those Stuttgart Junior Ricebirds remain undefeated on the road last night, 42-6 over Helena.
I saw some highlights of that. It looked like some more big plays put up by that offense over there at Cad Polk Stadium, and they come away with the win in a place that we know is always tough to come away with the win at.
Exactly right. And the 7th graders, how about them, Brent? They've remained undefeated on the year as well. They won 32-12.
Wow, that's phenomenal. So all 3 teams here are undefeated here at Stuttgart so far. Let's see if they can keep it going here tonight and next week as well.
Yeah, catapulted into another week. So be a long trip next Friday night for Brent and I as we travel to Crosset to take on the Eagles. It'll be the longest trip of the year in regular season, that is.
Yep.
There's no telling where you might end up.
No, that's
in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
But, of course, first thing we got to do is we got to get to that point. Ricebirds are set to kick. Dawson McKelvey's got it teed up. And want to thank you again for listening to the Southern Bancorp Halftime Show here from Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. 42-14, the Ricebirds lead this one. They're going to kick to the Helena Cougars. Dawson McKelvey, left foot, soccer-style kicker. Moves up, puts his foot into it, just drills it right down central. It gets touched by one of the Cougars. It's going to be picked up at the 16, back across the 20, and then retreats back behind the 20-yard line. The Ricebirds are going to gang tackle the return man.
Yeah, great job that time by the special teams of the Ricebirds. Everybody there staying in their lanes, not letting him jump outside at all, and boy, a nice job of wrapping up and bringing down the ball carrier right at the 20-yard line.
Love that play of the special teams in there. Just a good example of that. Jacob Eagle there, number 30, always around the ball on special teams. First down and 10 coming up now for the Helena Cougars. Line of scrimmage is their own 20-yard line. KJ Gilchrist is the quarterback, and he has got an exceptional arm. He's got 2 wideouts to each side, single back standing to his right in the backfield. Calling the signal, sends a man in motion, fakes to him. Now back to pass, looking. Now he's going to tuck and run. It's number 1 versus number 1 on the far side over there as Damari McKinney.
Yeah, he's not going to outrun McKinney, I don't think, out there. He picked up about 3, but that was it, though. And Damari said, no, sir, you're not going to get by me. He broke down and forced him out of bounds.
Second down, 7 coming up from between the 23 and 24-yard line on the Helena side. Helena here in the third quarter, moving from the left to the right on your radio dial. That's from the north to the south as they headed towards Lenox area. The Cougars in all white, bright red helmets. Lots of pressure for the Ricebirds. Just dumps it across the center, trying to hit number 34 in there, Kevion Brown. But that pressure from the Ricebirds forced Gilcrease to throw it a little high and over Brown's head, and it falls incomplete.
Absolutely. Yeah, they were going to try to let some Ricebirds through there and set up a screen pass, but one of those guys that came through was number 1, DeMar McKinney, and he's 6'5",
yeah.
so trying to throw it over him, and the pass just sailed a little bit high there.
3rd down and 7 coming up now. Play clock is at 10. They really seem to be in no hurry. I mean, they used up all 3 of their first half timeouts up in about 5 minutes.
They did. They sure did.
The first quarter.
And they didn't get this play off either. There's your flag.
I tell you, if they could just clean up some of this.
Yeah, some
stuff,
of this. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent out there, a lot of speed. Speed on offense and defense.
Yep.
We've talked about that all night long.
Absolutely, because there were several plays here where the Ricebirds normally would pick up some more yards, or something like that. But boy, they have been right there with them to bring them down.
3rd and 13 now for the Cougars. 3 wide outs to the right, single back standing to the right of the quarterback. Gilcrease claps his hands for the ball, gets it back to pass, looking, and the Ricebirds are going to bring him down. He's going to get a couple of positive yards out of it, or a few positive yards out of it, but they run him down from behind, and it's going to bring up now 4th down and a punting situation coming up for the Helena Cougars.
It turns into a gain of 4, but Caden Sims was right there and drug down Gilcrease from behind. He didn't let him get free for that 1st down, and I believe that's going to be Payne again on to punt. Number 5, he had his last punt blocked. Two punts blocked tonight for the Cougars. Looks like that QT back deep. Jeremiah Jackson maybe.
Standing about his 13.
It's a short one.
It is a short one, and it's going to bound along the sideline, but stays in bounds and gets up to about the 48-yard line. So ends up net punt wasn't bad.
Right.
And the Ricebirds, though, will have good field position. 9:57 to go. This will be the Birds' first possession of the 3rd quarter. Ricebirds lead 42-14 here. Looking to go 4-0 on the year, but more importantly, 1-0 in the conference if they can get this win here tonight.
1-0 tonight, and then they'll go, as we mentioned, on the long road trip to Crossett, to a Crossett team that hasn't fared very well the past couple seasons.
They have struggled for sure. I do think they're getting their ship righted, though.
Yeah.
Here come the Birds from the 48-yard line of Helena. Price is going to be sacked all the way back at the 45 of the Ricebirds. Again, that speed is something that the Ricebirds have not seen on a defense so far this year, in my opinion, Brent.
Absolutely, because I can't remember Kane being sacked this season either. And that was the first one right there. So, it's going to back them way up now. Bring up 2nd down, about 17.
From the Ricebird 45-yard line, since QT Johnson in motion. Throws a little screen pass to him. Trying to sidestep a defender. He grabs him by the face mask, or at least it looked like from here he did, but no call. Brings him down right at the line of scrimmage, 45-yard line. So no gain. And the Ricebirds sputtering a little bit here on their first possession of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, too much speed there for the Cougars. The Birds trying to set up a little inside screen, but they were covered so quickly out there that QT had nowhere to go.
So the Birds break the huddle, head to the line. Center, number 59, Christian Henson, over the ball. 3 wide outs to the right. Snap to Price. Price takes. He's going a little shuttle pass right up the middle. He's got his man complete, and it is going to be a touchdown. Number 17, Caden Sims. Oh, my goodness. They pulled one out of the playbook that worked to perfection.
You said that right. They pulled one out, and it worked to perfection. Kane took it. It looked like he was going to run it, maybe, but then just shoveled it off to Caden Sims, and Caden broke one arm tackle, and then there was nobody there, and he takes it 55 yards for the touchdown. Fantastic play call and great execution by the Ricebirds.
Dawson McKelvey's on to attempt the extra point. It'll come out of the hold of Keaton Byers, number 5, and the snap of number 9, Bo Barnes. And we're waiting now. The officials have stopped action here.
No, we don't have a football out there, I don't think, do we? I think they're looking for a football.
Well, that's interesting.
That'd be something that you need. Because there's one on the sidelines laying down here in the corner and look like one of the they're moving them out of the way. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Now we're ready to go, apparently.
McKelvey, left foot, soccer style kicker. Be kicking it from the 10-yard line. Extra point will be a 20-yard kick. And it is up, and it is perfect in the Stuttgart Riceburg.
But there's a flag on the
there is
play.
A flag back in the end zone. There sure is.
But I see Coach Price waving his arm like we are going to decline it, as looks like it would be on Helena.
So with 8:26 to go in the third quarter, Stuttgart stretches their lead out 48-14 over the Helena Cougars. We're back with more Stuttgart Riceburg football in 30 seconds.
Personal foul on Helena. Penalties decline.
Hello, this is Kevin Wingfield with Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services in Stuttgart. If you're looking to purchase or refinance farm real estate, equipment, cattle, or need capital for your crop operating expenses, we finance it all and share our profits through our patronage program. At Ag Heritage, we have friendly loan officers, competitive rates, and most of all, a lender who provides you with a financing package tailor-made to fit your individual needs. Please contact Kyle Stoveson or myself, Kevin Wingfield, in Stuttgart at 870-673-1558. Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services is an equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart here on homecoming. Stuttgart Ricebirds have just stretched their lead out over the Helena Cougars 49-14, as Brent brought up in the break. That means the clock will run continuously as soon as we get this one kicked off. So we'll hopefully get this one over a little bit quicker. It's been a long one with all the passing and the penalties and the scoring.
It has, and all of the class reunions and all that stuff. They can get their party started just a little sooner here tonight.
That's exactly right.
Victory party.
Dawson McKelvey's got it teed up at the 40-yard line. There's the whistle from the official. So let's get this one going, and moves up, puts his foot into it, just drills it right down central. It's going to be handled at about the 14-yard line, back across the 20, 25, and that's going to about do it. Oh, flock of Ricebirds in on the stop. Let's see, look at some of those guys in there. 43, Rashad Alexander's in there. 30, of course, Jacob Eagle, he's always in there.
23,
Tristan Robinson,
Fantastic coverage there, again, by the Riceboro special teams.
33, Chandler Chambers. Chandler Chambers was the special teams player of the week for Coach Price after the Malvern win.
Mm-hmm. A lot of good 10th graders on this team here.
Absolutely. Clock is running, 7 minutes, 15 seconds, and unless there's a timeout called, it'll keep going until we get to the end of the quarter, and then it'll crank up again. Good opportunity for some younger Riceburg players to get some experience.
And a bunch of them are out there now.
That's exactly right. Handoff into the line, running room, big number 34. Got to hit him low, wrap him up, and gang tackle him was what Coach Price said in his coaches show, and he knew what he was talking about.
Yep, he's going to pick up about 6, but it looks like all of the first teamers still in there for Helena.
Yep.
Second teamers in here for the Ricebirds.
Second down 3 coming up. Handoff again to Brown in the line. He's got running room, midfield, and more. And finally brought down by the Ricebirds, number 32, Danier Poole. And Danier saved a touchdown.
He did. He did 23 yards on that time. It was just a bowling ball out there. Kevon Brown picks up some more yardage. He's up to 59 yards now on 10 carries.
Right in front of Brent and I's broadcast position. Here come the Helena Cougars. First down and 10 from the Ricebird 44-yard line. Gil Crease back to pass. Looks, fires out, and the Ricebirds have it covered. I'm telling you, they bring down the receiver immediately.
Number 21 out there, Quatrion Bennett pushes blocker right back into the receiver, and it's going to be a loss of a couple yards on the play.
Second down coming up now, 12 yards to go. Line of scrimmage is the Ricebird 46-yard line. 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Handoff again, Brown into the line. Good hard run down to the 40.
Going to pick up about 7 on that carry. Bring up third down and about 6 now for the Cougars.
Number 54, Christian Guerrero, in on the stop for the Rice Birds.
Ethan Boyd out here in a D-back spot.
Gilcrease claps his hands for it, takes it, fires it out, man, got his man complete, and he's going to have a first down on the far sideline, tripped up over there for the Rice Birds, and it is going to be enough to move the chains. First down and 10 coming up for Helena from the Stuttgart 27-yard line. Let's see where they're going to set it down.
I think the 27. Okay, 28. About 10 yards on that reception.
Quickly back to the line. Here come the Cougars. And again, Brown with a carry right into the line. Sidesteps a couple defenders on the right side. The Birds are now gang tackling big time on him.
Yep.
But it takes a takes a lot to get him down, no doubt.
And the Cougars are lining up and getting these plays off a lot quicker now than they were in the first half, aren't they?
They sure are. Ethan Boyd in on that last stop for the Rice Birds, number 15. Here come the Cougars now. Second down and 2 inside the Rice Bird red zone. Takes, fires across the middle, complete inside the Rice Bird 10, down close to the 5. Rice Birds are going to gang tackle the receiver back at about the 6-yard line, but it is going to be enough to set up a first down goal to go for the Cougars.
At 3:43 here, the clock rolling in the third quarter with the sportsmanship rule in effect, but the Cougars trying to get some more points on the board here.
Gilcrease claps his hands for the ball, takes, hands off, into the line, hard run, pushing toward the goal line, going to be stopped a yard, maybe 2 short. We'll mark it back at the 2-yard line.
That was Jeremiah Willis on the carry. Now we're going to mark it at the 2.
Second down, goal to go coming up for the Cougars from the Stuttgart 2-yard line. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter in this one. Mercy rule in effect. Clock running continuously when the point differentiation hits 35 in the second half. Gilcrease is going to keep this one himself into the end zone. Touchdown, Helena. Gilcrease takes it 2 yards. And I don't see a flag, but I also haven't seen the guy in a white hat signal touchdown.
No, I don't see a flag.
But I still haven't seen a touchdown signal from the guy in the white hat.
No, but I guess they're lining up for the 2-point conversion, though. It does appear. So 2 yards over the right side for Gilcrease.
The 2-point conversion attempt is good. Gilcrease pass is complete in the end zone to Henry.
All right, the 2-point conversion pass is complete. That brings the score to 49-22. Does not, however, negate the sportsmanship rules. The clock will continue to run here. We're at 2:08 left in the clock rolling in the third quarter. The Rice Birds will get the ball back here, give a chance for some of the second stringers on offense. Let's see quite a bit of action here in the second half.
You bet. Who was the receiver on the 2-point conversion?
I think that was number 2, R.J. Eaton.
Okay.
Cheerleaders are out now with the footballs. I've always wanted to get one thrown right in the window. I haven't gotten one yet, but they've come close. Oh, that one was very close right there. That was close. I'll see if I can grab one. I don't want to hang out the window, but I'll see if I can grab one here.
I think that's Hallie Watkins, and she's got arms. She could do it.
Get some of those softball players down there. They can chunk them up here.
Oh, fun time here at Ned Mosley Stadium.
Just a great evening for Rice Bird homecoming tonight. It's going to be a Rice Bird victory. It's been great weather. It's been a huge crowd. It's been a fantastic day all the way around.
Cameron Altman, Warren Mack, looking at the guys here on the front line. They're going to get tested real soon right here.
There you go.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, does a good job of
that was a good job
holding on to the ball. That's
Chandler Chambers.
Yeah, Chandler Chambers. He caught it there, and then about 3 Cougars just waylaid him. But boy, he did a good job of wrapping up, and Rice Bird will take over at the 37.
Here it goes.
Oh. Be my luck. I'll turn my head away, and somebody will
hit you in the head.
Smacked me right in the face with one. Oh, I almost got one.
Oh, my goodness.
No, that one's going to hit the press box. That's a good one. All right.
All right, here we go. 15 seconds. Maybe yes, we have to snap it in this quarter.
Maybe they're going to restart the play clock, so now we don't have to snap it.
Bradley Benton is the quarterback for the Ricebirds.
And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter.
That's it. 3 quarters in the books. Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Helena Cougars 49-22. Mercy rule is in effect. We'll be back for a quick fourth quarter coming up in 30 seconds on Country 97.3 FM, part of the EAB Sports Network.
Baptist Health Women's Clinic Stuttgart is committed to providing quality patient care through all stages of a woman's life. We understand that different health concerns come with each new phase of a woman's life, so we provide education services, trained staff, and a board-certified OBGYN to meet every female body need. From pregnancy and childbirth to osteoporosis and gynecological exams, Baptist Health delivers the care you need to pursue a lifetime of wellness. Learn more at BaptistHealthWomen.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
And we welcome you back as we start the fourth quarter of action from Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart on homecoming night. The Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Helena Cougars 49-22. And the mercy rule is in effect as the Ricebirds took a 35-point lead early in the third quarter, and that started the clock. Helena against some of the Ricebird second and third teamers took it down the score, but that does not change the mercy rule ruling. It will continue to run. Bradley Benton's the quarterback. Oh, and there's a fumble in the line, and let's see. I think Helena.
No, they didn't.
Oh, it didn't.
It came back out of there, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah, one of the linemen got on. It was that 53.
Christian Guerrero, I think.
Oh, yeah, it was. All right. Good job there. Trying to get a handoff there. I believe to Chance Clark, and there was some, it was at 32. But there was some penetration in the backfield there, and they just couldn't get the handoff going.
Benton is the quarterback. He had a good week. He won the 8-4A conference golf tournament, individual golf tournament, and led the Ricebird boys team to a team win.
This ball's on the ground again. I think the Cougars got that one.
Cougars got it.
They did.
Ricebirds fumble, and Helena's going to get it back. 10:45, clock moving here in the fourth quarter. Ricebird's going to bring in some of their first teamers back in. I see Bo Barnes.
Yeah, they are.
Knox Hillman, Byers. Let's see who else. After DeMar McKinney. So Ricebird's going to put some first teamers back out and see if they can hold the Helena Cougars, as they kept all their first teamers.
They sure did.
Gilcrease back to pass. Looking now, lots of room on that right side. He's going to have a first down at the Ricebird 18-yard line. Runs out of bounds over there. DeMar McKinney headed him off. Clock continues to run. Under 10 minutes to go in this one. From the Ricebird 18-yard line. First down and 10. Here come the Helena Cougars. Cougars here dressed in all white with bright red helmets, kind of a candy apple red helmet. And
ball's out
on the ground again.
Yeah, but I think number 3, Kendrick Hendry, picked it up for them. It bounced right to him, but Cordero Berry comes out of the pile with the ball. But it's going to be the Cougars' ball there. It's going to be a gain of about. The ball pitches forward for about gain of about 7 on that play.
Second down and about 4 coming up for the Cougars. 9 minutes to go. Clock moving. Ricebirds in their home maroon uniforms with white trim. Oh, and there's another. Ball's on the ground again. Gilcrease this time just going to throw this one up and almost caught the back of the end zone.
He had 2 guys standing back there wide open. I don't know if one got turned around the wrong way or what, but that looked like that was going to be an easy touchdown reception, but he couldn't come down with it. But the snap, but the snap was on the ground again that time, and just kind of a scramble play. there, and Gilcrease found some guys in the end zone, but they couldn't haul it in.
Here come the Cougars. Ball's in the center of the field here in the fourth quarter, moving from the right to the left, moving towards the new Ricebird Arena. Gilcrease claps his hands for the ball, takes it. A lot of pressure for the Ricebirds. He just dumps it across the middle. Got a man complete inside the 15 down to about the 12. That's going to be short of a first down.
It's going to be right at the line of scrimmage. Yeah. I don't know how he found anyone there. He was under some heavy pressure and dumped it right into the line, but he found Brown there.
But Keaton Byers was right there as well. Here comes fourth down. Birds like to get Helena offense off the field. Gilcrease now looks up, stands up and looks to the sideline. Timeout. Helena. Helena's going to take a timeout. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3 FM, part of the EAB Sports Network.
For the past 80 years, Farmers and Merchants Bank has been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in Arkansas, growing alongside the communities we serve. 80 years of trust, growth, and partnership with our community have made us who we are today, and we're excited for what's ahead. Farmers and Merchants Bank, in your corner, supporting the community we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart on homecoming as the Stuttgart Ricebirds getting set to celebrate a homecoming win over the Helena Cougars. Ricebird defense digging in here as Helena has the ball at the Stuttgart 12-yard line. Fourth down and 4. Handoff into the line and into the end zone for the touchdown. I believe that is that Brown on the carry?
Yes, it is. That's Brown. He's going to take it. Going to take it 12 yards, and the Ricebird down there on the field. So we're going to stop the clock for just a second.
Kevion Brown on the carry for the touchdown.
Looked like that's number 28, Caleb Anderson for the Birds, who was slow to get up, but he walks off now and appears to be okay. 2-point conversion is good. A run right up the middle for Brown. 49-28. I'm sure we'll see another onside kick here from the Cougars. And there's all kind of flags in the end zone now. Don't know if there was some words said or what there, but there was some flags in the end zone. Several flags. Probably be more of the offsetting variety there again. Yeah, but.
Well, at least they're letting the clock run while they sort it out.
Absolutely. The best thing to happen here is for this game to get over with. 49-30 now. The Cougars picked up a couple late touchdowns here.
After the play was over, personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Helena West Helena.
And there's the offsetting on both. All right.
A lot to do about nothing there.
Yeah, there it is. A couple of quick scoring updates while I got a minute. Crossett leads Star City 14-6, and Warren leads DeWitt 28-26 in the fourth quarter. So a battle going on down there in Warren.
All right, front line of the Ricebirds here needs to be set. Dagan Duncan, number 74, right here closest to us. 58, Orrin Mack.
Yep. Like I see, Bo Barnes on the far side. We got. At number 60, Luke Wittenberg over there as well.
29 right in the middle, Caven Bryant.
I think I would bring everybody up short. I'm not sure why we have anybody deep. I would assume an onside kick here, but I guess you never know. No. Wow. Nice catch by Taquan Hall.
Back to the 18. Comes back across the 20, 25, 30, and out to about the 33-yard line.
Taquan Hall catching that line drive. Why would you not? I mean, you're probably not going to come back, but why would you not at least try an onside kick there? Well, they did last time. Yeah, they kicked a short one last time, but
number 17, Martavius Pirtle on the stop on special teams for the Cougars.
And they're not taking out their starters, so
no, they're not.
So if you're on the second team at Helena, you're probably not going to see the field very much this year.
Maybe a JV game.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, here come the Rice Birds. Kane Price is back at quarterback.
Yep. Again, nobody back deep for the Cougars, but we don't have a running back there either. We're going to let it run all the way down, so it would appear that we're going to pass here.
Really, that or little Kane use his feet.
Here
we go.
There we go, yeah.
Coming to the near side. Whoa, boy.
Chance Clark.
A little bit slick out there. May have fallen because that's the second slip I've seen.
Yeah, there's a late hit there. Somebody coming in late for Helena with their helmet there on Chance Clark. He picks up about 7 on the run, but I believe it's going to be 15 more.
Love watching Chance run. I tell you what, he's so low to the ground in that time, when his feet slipped a little bit, I thought he was going to go down, but he got his hand down and kept his balance. Penalty against Helena. Somebody needs to mark it off. 3.5 minutes to go.
Yep, there they go.
He's marking it off awfully slow. And one thing we don't want Helena to do is score again because we need the full 13.
Yeah, I think that's why you see in the starters.
Yeah.
Back out there now. We can run the clock and pick up a couple first downs, and this game's going to be over.
Brave Covington Minor on the carry. Now here comes a flag thrown in from Humphrey.
Oh, well, but that doesn't matter because the clock is going to keep rolling, so we'll be fine there.
Holding against the Rice Birds. Holy. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this one, and maybe there won't be more than just a play or two yet to snap. We can put this one in the W column. And Rice Birds are backing up. And the line of scrimmage will be their own 45-yard line. It's going to be first down and 20 for the Rice Birds. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this one. Birds will have to snap it a couple of times here. Kane Price, quarterback, standing at his own 40-yard line. Shotgun formation. Calls for the ball, takes, fakes, fires it across the middle, incomplete. Intended for number 18, Bray Covington Minor.
Yeah, Helena had everybody up in the box there, and they're just trying to hit him on a quick slant. Helena calls a timeout. Well, I would keep passing then.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah,
I would try to score.
Sure.
It's going to be second down and 20. Yeah, I would take some shots deep because the clock is going to continue to roll anyway. So so a pass there is not going to hurt you. One timeout left for Helena.
Mercifully.
Yeah. See if they're going to use the timeouts to try to get the ball back, but yet they kicked it deep. That just makes no sense there.
Yeah. And here come the Birds to the line. And they start the clock.
Okay. Maybe the referee.
I didn't think they did that until the ball was snapped. Whoa.
Maybe the referee's ready to go home too.
Yeah. Boy. Chance Clark got clotheslined down there.
He did. He's going to pick up a couple yards.
Several Cougars on the stop, including number 56, Anthony Brown, senior, for the Helena Cougars. Third down now, and about 18 coming up for the Rice Birds. They've got to get it to the Helena 35 for a first down. Clock rolling towards a minute to go in this one. Birds will move to 4-0 on the season, 1-0 in conference.
QT's got single coverage back here with no safety, so if we want to take a shot deep. Oh, that's a flag. Good Lord. I'm sorry, but what's the referee looking at? Oh, that wasn't QT. That was Horde out here, but he was being wrestled.
Yes, he was.
He grabbed his helmet around there, and wow.
And who stopped the clock?
Another timeout for Helena.
Goodness gracious.
Well, they're calling they called the holding on the Ricebirds there, but they didn't call the holding on the defense. But boy,
I mean, he
yeah. And Jamarion Horde was trying to get free there, and he just wrapped him up by the head and had him in a headlock over here, right in front of the referee too. He chose to look the other way, I guess, on that one.
Helena's already got their punt team back. They're going to send back deep number 3, Kendrick Henry.
Yeah, but they might get off 1 or 2 plays here with the clock rolling. You know, they won't get off much.
Helena is out of timeouts.
Dawson McKelvey on again.
And again, a place kick, not with the intention to making a field goal, but it is an option. We first saw this, I think maybe at Southside Batesville.
Riverview, I know we saw
it. Okay, Riverview, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
And Coach Price used to do it a lot at Dardanelle, I know.
Yeah.
A bad snap there, and Dawson was unable to get a kickoff, so.
I hope nothing's wrong with Hayden Prime, our punter.
Well, I did see him one time. He was still on the field, but he was kind of limp. Well, no, he's standing down here. He looks okay.
Yeah.
They're going to have one play because they have no timeout. So this is their last play here. Ricebirds need to hold them out of the end zone, put some pressure on the quarterback at least. And there you go. Bam! Oh, he threw it. That's out of the intercepted. Intercepted on the last play, yeah.
And that will do it. The Stuttgart Ricebirds finally put a cap on this one. It was a wild and woolly one here tonight at Mosley Stadium. But the Ricebirds come away with a 49-30 win, go 4-0 on the season overall, but more importantly, 1-0 in conference. We've got the Blue Seal Petroleum post-game show coming your way shortly. Brent will have the end of the game stats, and we'll take a look and try to get some more scores from around the area. We'll have all that and more coming up for you in 5 minutes.